Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 175, baby.
Yeah, sponsored by Hair Club, baby.
Sponsored by Hair Club for men and women and everybody in between.
Damn right, damn right. What's going on with you?
I told you what was going down between Russia and Ukraine like several weeks ago. Remember?
Don't act like you know.
No, I was telling you, dude. And like, so
you know geopolitics.
Can we just start off the show? I want to let everyone know, all y'all in Ukraine, we're thinking about that.
Yeah. You know, we're thinking about all you guys, man. Like, and you know,
and the Russians who are anti-war.
They're like, what am I doing? I'm stuck in this situation. Look, we get it. We understand it. Now, you know, the U.S. has been through that shit too, where half the country's like, what the fuck are we doing? Now, it wasn't on our soil, and that's a big goddamn difference, and we know that. But it is a weird time. It's a very bizarre time.
They're having babies in bomb shelters and stuff
I know, man. It's hardcore. And it goes back. It's so goddamn complex. We're not trying to sit here and try to act like we understand the whole political realm of things.
Well, I've been watching a lot of CNN, dude, really understanding what's going on. So if you have any questions, dude, I can fill you in on
that. Okay. Listen, all these fucking jerk-offs, by the way, just so y'all know, you go online and you see shit. You have to vet and verify bullshit, dude, because you see these clips of all kinds. Look at this little girl. Look at this little Russian girl. Or
that guy with the cigarette picking up the landmine.
No, that's true. That's real. So the little girl that's talking to the Russian soldier. No, that was from 6 years ago, and that was in the middle of the desert.
Minute. How do you know that?
Because I know. It's in the desert for one, and there was an Israeli soldier from back in the day. It's just like little shit like that. There was another one where you see these bombers come down, and all of a sudden there's this big, gunfight from the land and the sea.
Oh my God,
and all of a sudden,
passing over people's houses.
It was a video game. One was a video game. The other one was a Ukrainian plane that just had to drop off.
CNN's not showing any of that, dude. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't watch. Listen.
Okay.
I'll give you advice, guys. And what I have to do, because you know what? Andy, we're both on the radio all the damn time, and shit pops up, and we have to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about. I do my homework on shit, but the one thing I do know was people lie, and there's so much misinformation. So you have to look on one side, and you immediately have to go on the complete opposite spectrum and see what the fuck they say. And then you take both, and you're like, where do I stand in the middle of that? Mm-hmm. Because the right is crazy, the left's crazy, and you have to listen to everything and then form your own opinion on it. Because if you listen to one side, man, there's so much false information going out. It's unfucking believable.
No, I agree with that.
It's unbelievable.
But we want everyone to be safe, and listen, it's interesting because people were like, well, when's Ovechkin going to speak on this? Now let me just say this, because he has supported Putin in the past, and there's pictures and all that, and they play pickup hockey together and all that.
Of course he did.
But
it's president.
I think he's got to be careful what he says too, man. Knowing his family is over there or whatever, like all of a sudden if he comes out and starts being all like spitting out all this like anti-Putin stuff, man. Like, wouldn't that put his family in danger?
Don't blame
the
fucking
what?
Russian. Don't blame Alexander Ovechkin for the problems. He has nothing to do with Putin. Now, listen.
Yeah, but these dudes who go out of the way to support him, man, they automatically align themselves with him.
What are they supposed to do, Andy?
I don't see other Russians doing it.
Well, Panarin did the opposite.
He's anti, man.
No shit. And what's happening to him?
What do you mean?
He had to fucking fly over to Russia and get his goddamn family organized.
Care of his shit.
Why would you? So here's
I give him some big props for that.
100% you give him big props. But I don't blame the Russian players for saying they're stuck in a jam. So you're going to fucking get ripped by the U.S. Now, listen to me.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep it neutral like Ovi did, and you're going to get bashed by the U.S. You can get bashed by the guys in Canada. You can get bashed by everybody. You can get bashed.
Was he getting bashed?
Fucking bashed. Dominic Hasek comes out and bashes this, that, and the other.
Tell me what Hasek said.
Give me that quote, Brody. Exactly. But my point is, you weigh the options as a Russian player right now. Well, you think fucking Ovi's over there fucking with the general saying, let's take this side of fucking Crimea this time. No,
right.
He's not doing that.
No.
He's doing his own thing.
He's not a politician.
He's not a politician, but they're forced to be a politician over there. All those big dog fucking Russians, man, all the big dog players, they get forced into being like, not forced, but like they're all in cahoots, organically or not. My point is,
but you had other Russian athletes who have come out and been anti. Now,
and that
but Ovi did say no more war, though, right?
Of course, no one wants war, Andy.
Right.
You think Ovi's like, we got to get that Ukraine because we need more? No. He's like, I'm doing my fucking thing. I'm representing my country. Right. That's my president. I don't agree with the fuck he's doing, but if I say something I'm one side. If I agree with him, then maybe I'll get bashed by the media. But if I disagree with Putin, now my family's in jeopardy, and now we got a problem. And now here's my dilemma: what the fuck am I supposed to do right now?
Right.
So I don't know what to think on it. That's what I'm saying.
Because,
here, when we say what the Hasek said,
yeah, please.
He goes, "What? Not only ableist." Chicken shit.
Can you give it to someone who can read the goddamn thing?
What? Not only an ableist.
You can't fucking read it.
I get it. Sorry, man. I don't read no good, no how. A chicken shit, but also a liar. Every adult in Europe knows well that Putin is a mad killer and Russia is waging an offensive war against a free country and its people. Dominic Hasek calls for the Russian NHL players to have their contracts suspended.
Okay, we're going to touch on that here in a minute. Okay, let me just...
My
point was
what?
Being around Russian players, interviewing Russian players.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think I need to be asking them about, like, I don't think it's fair, like, for a guy like Tarasenko or like Pavel Buchnevich or Ivan Barbashev, who, by the way, is getting attacked on social media from people calling him a Nazi and stuff like that.
These stupid ass people. Stupid.
I've never heard them come out publicly and, align themselves with Putin or anything. Okay, they're hockey players here in St. Louis.
I don't even know what's going on.
People here in St. Louis have adopted them as their own.
He's been living over here forever.
Respect them on a humanity level. And, I was always taught as a young kid, who grew up in, like, you get certain situations and whatever. And, you're not responsible for like kids who have fucked up parents. You can't hold it against the kids. Like, their parents are fucked up, and it's not their fault. They're not responsible for that. Okay, it's no different than like a Russian over here who's like a good person and contributes to the community in a positive fashion. You can't hold it against them if where they're from, it's fucked up.
What about Imperial Japan in the 40s? What about the Japanese? And I know we treated them like shit when they came over here, and it was a fucking chaos. Like, they didn't know. We're like, get me the fuck out of here.
Right.
Some of the Germans are like, get me the fuck out of there in the 40s. Like,
so we'll see how many of these Russians, want to go back. They love it over here.
Again, but you could be like, well, Ovechkin likes Putin. Look what they do together. Just setting he's not in those fucking meetings, dude. Like, they're just not.
He's a celebrity.
He's a celebrity. Now, they are like, Fetisov and those guys, man. And you play for fucking CC. You play for the Soviet. Yeah. You play for your country. You do all this stuff. Then you leave to go get out of there because you fucking want to go make money and have freedom. Right. Now you come back here, you're on Parliament, whatever the hell it is. Like, that could be a different story.
We're going to talk to Fetisov.
We need him on.
Yeah, we're going to talk
to Fetisov. But again, you got a guy named Vladimir Putin who's going to be there till 2038, by the way.
How old is he?
Because he's 60, 70. But he looks like he's somewhat healthy. He's got billions.
You think he gets like Botox?
He's got $1 billion houses over. He's got one of the most wealthy people in the world. He was in the KGB. He literally killed people. Ugh. Like, come on. Like, he knows how to kill you. Like, he's crazy. Smart, crazy, strategic. What do you mean
2038? What are you saying?
He doesn't. When he came in.
Is that like the term?
That's his term. He could be president till 2038. So basically his whole life. Mm-hmm. And the rest of his life, for the most part. But it's all crazy.
So do you feel sorry? Here's my question.
What's my question?
Do you feel sorry for athletes?
Kind of.
Russian athletes over here in North America right now? I do. Because
I don't feel look, they're making tons of money and they're living a fucking freedom. But if Ivan Barbashev's getting bashed by people, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Good. Now let me ask you this. The IIHF expected to rule, I think, today, as early as today.
Predators chiming in on that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, see, you got to get their attention somehow, some way. Whether you're closing banks, whatever you're doing.
I don't mind that.
Okay.
I don't mind
whether
that.
You're closing banks, whether you are, because, hockey in particular, sports in general in Russia is such a big part of their identity.
It is.
And their existence that if you cut that lifeline off, all of a sudden, okay, now you're taking something that's really important to them away from them.
You know what they do?
So do you have a problem with the IIHF if they say, hey, Russia, you can't play in the World Junior Championships.
Okay.
You can't play in the World Championships.
As Russia. But can you play as CRP or whatever the fuck it is? IOC? Can you play as that?
Czechia?
Because then it's like, well, what the fuck?
Everyone's changing their name.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I can't keep up.
And so, I don't look. And sometimes, man, when your country where you're from is going to shit, and they're fucking bullying people around.
It's war, dude.
It's war. Like, you might have to be canceled when it comes to hockey. Yeah. But don't blame the Russian players like they're fucking texting Putin like, get on that. We need more troops in the northern part of... No. They're not doing that, okay?
Yeah, but I could see Putin texting Ovi and being like, hey, you know, let's present this.
That's a different story.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you better present this.
That's a different story. So what do you do? Okay, time out. What do you do? Listen, Alexander Ovechkin has got the world by the balls, except for one area, his home motherland, because they got you by the balls. And just so y'all know from North America how goddamn good we got it sometimes. I know we bitch about petty fuck shit all the time. Well, if I say fuck you, Joe Biden, if I say fuck you, Donald Trump, if I say fuck you, John Kerry, all you fucks, if I say fuck all you, what happens to me? Nothing. In fact, I can monetize that and make fucking money. You do that over in Russia. Ooh. Now they're knocking on your goddamn auntie's door.
Can you be guilty by association? Like, does it?
You already are.
Does it change your thought process or your feelings towards a guy like Ovechkin having like a statue one day in the U.S. Capitol? Whatever?
I hope he has 50 of them. Okay. I hope Alexander Ovechkin has 50. Do you know how much money he's made that fucking town? You know how much happiness he's given people? You know how cool he is to young kids?
They had to ask him to talk. He said he wasn't going to talk at first.
I love Ovi, dude.
But I don't think it's... What I'm getting at, Cam, my question also was, I don't know if it's the responsibility of local reporters to throw this on every Russian athlete they interview.
It's easy for them to do that. You know how they... Okay, Ovi, because I'm on the moral ground and you're not. Tell me about
I just interviewed Pavel Buchnevich, who's one of my favorite players to come through here. Unbelievable, dude. And, you know, we had to cut it short. I mean, he goes on and on and on. It was funny,
cool
man. He's cool. Yeah. He's cool as shit. You think I'm going to disrespect him like that, man? And bring politics
what is he doing?
Into hockey?
No, dude. They have nothing to do with it, man. They have nothing to do. Now, Ovi's in a different story with some stuff because he's just that big.
Okay, for Gretzky to say that on TNT.
It's a big deal.
Because remember we said when Wayne Gretzky got hired on to do television, we were wondering, okay, well, is he going to be willing to, like...
Say shit.
And... You know, for the most part, in terms of like hockey, he really hasn't. Like, that's not really what he's there to do. He'll give his opinion on teams and whatever. I think
he laughs at biz.
He laughs at biz. Yep. He's Wayne Gretzky. He can do whatever he wants. You know.
Yep.
I mean, Anson Carter tried to like not take his advice and go in a different direction when they were talking about the goaltenders, like shutouts and stuff like that.
Settle down, Anson.
But hey, he put himself out there, and Wayne Gretzky is so smart. He's been talking in the public eye for so long. He knew exactly what he was saying.
Yep.
It was calculated.
He's not denouncing the players.
It was on point, and I give him a shit ton of credit for doing that.
And I don't mind him doing that.
You agree with it?
I agree with it. And that still affects the players, the Russian players. But I don't want the public and the media, these fucking nerds for the most part, bashing these Russian players like they're fucking part of Putin's fucking system. Like they're going over there putting camo on and fucking taking over a little area in
they may have
Kiev.
Family that is.
Well, they might have family that's forced to do shit. They might have family in the fucking Ukraine, former Soviet Union. They might have family over the fuck place. So you don't know. So to bubble them up all in one category and say, y'all are responsible. No, they're not. I mean, why the fuck are they over here playing? Well, why are they over here playing then? Is Russia so good? And it's so, nice and warm and cold. Why are we here? Yeah. Why are they over there making money in the NHL then? You know what I mean? So, like, there's a reason. And they all stay here, too, by the way.
Well, you just wonder, like, if we start cutting them off from playing, is Putin going to say Russian athlete? Can they legally say you can't go play in the States?
Maybe.
If you have a Russian passport, if you're a Russian citizen, you can't go over there and play?
Maybe, and they might have to do that. But I just don't want people to blame Ivan Barbashev for the deaths that are going on in Ukraine right now.
Well, exactly.
Like, that's absolutely fucking absurd. That's like, you're going to do that to all of Imperial Japan, all of Italy, all of whatever. I mean, like,
what do you know about Imperial Japan? You've referenced that twice. Do you have like?
Do you know what that is?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
What is it?
Well, the history of the war and all that.
That was Imperial Japan.
Yeah.
That set war.
Well, so I'm just wondering
And then we got involved.
Right.
And the big dicks showed up.
Okay.
And then we ended the fucking war.
You are like a war historian.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, you kind of are. Like, all these video games you play in have like come in handy.
I do watch documentaries. I don't know shit. Compared to my buddies, oh my God, I'm fucking ignorant.
No, it's good
but
to know,
compared
though,
to you,
hey, it's good information to know, though. I mean, honestly, you should have a mind filled of history.
Listen, you can't blame.
And the U.S. did that. You got to read a lot. And listen, I like documentaries too, man. I really do. I do.
Well, you watch some more of them instead of just like, I don't know what the fuck you do, but you don't do much when it comes to that kind of shit. But the point is, you can't blame all the guys, man. This is a fucked up time. Hopefully, it's over soon. Will it be? I don't know. What's China going to do? Is India going to jump in and be like, hey, we're like the top 5 fucking armies. We're going to start helping out here. Is China going to be Taiwan?
You put India in the top. Give me your top 5.
Top 5 armies?
Yeah, top 5.
U.S., China, Russia. I'd say India. I would say Iran's up there.
India 4.
I'm looking at goddamn nukes, homeboy. India's got nukes.
You got India at 4 over.
I'd say India's up top 5. 1 billion people there, motherfucker. 1 billion. So you got to worry about the cats with nukes. I'd say Japan's up there.
Yeah,
goddamn right. You know who doesn't have a good army? Germany. You know who doesn't have a good army? Europe. You know who doesn't have Switzerland,
like England,
Belarus. Well, England, yeah, they're pretty tough.
They should be pretty tough.
They're fucking tough.
They actually make my
pretty
top
fucking
5.
tough.
They make my top 5.
I don't know. I got to look at it.
You put India. India's a surprise.
They have 1 billion fucking people, and they got fucking nukes. And they have every kind of resource. You know how big India is?
Oh, yeah.
It's gigantic.
Yeah, so is Russia.
No shit.
So is China.
Well, we got to be oil independent. Okay.
Dude, my gas the other day in my Volvo, it's an XC90 racing series.
Fucking nerdy Volvo.
It's a racing series. Blacked out. And
hey,
it's very fast. It's a racing series.
So we're $3 here?
Gas was $67 to
oh yeah, dude. Mine's almost 100 now.
And I wasn't even on empty.
You go to Europe right now. Now, I don't know what it was 5 years ago because I never drove in Europe, but the gas in it's like $5.
Did I say like a racing series? You what, dude?
Let
them know what it is. Our design.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's
our
fucking
design.
Volvo. It's what women
60
drive.
newest.
We love you, women, but
dude, I got the silver mirrors and everything. Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome, Andy.
Oh my God. Cool. Well, we'll move on from that. I just.
It's a big deal.
I want to let the people know, and I know we joke around a lot on this
and we don't
podcast, and we have fun, and we are here to like entertain you, and not make you feel like you're, but
I don't want to piss
we are
off.
Compassionate people, and we think about anybody who is involved, anybody who has family over there. Honestly, man, our thoughts are with you.
When nukes are on the table, everything's crazy. Okay, that's the fucking world we live in now. And this is not going to be the last time we have to deal with shit. In our lifetime, Andy, we've dealt with...
Explain the nuke.
What do you mean, homie?
Like one nuclear bomb, just wipe out...
What the fuck you think?
The whole country?
Now, there's anti-nukes, too. There's anti-fucking shit. Like, you're going to come over to the fucking U.S. and tap on our door? Or Canada? You ain't coming over here, homie. We're all on the other side of the fucking world. You have a long way to get here to do anything, and we're going to know. But over there is a different story. And Putin's crazy. And he might become senile like Hitler did back in the day. Hitler's doing a bunch of fucking meth. And he knew shit was going down. And he became crazy. And he kept going with it,
Hitler was doing meth?
Fucking right he was. He would never sleep.
He's from Franklin County. Like,
fucking mice. We're not going to fucking snorting meth.
Out in
fucking cleaning your toilets with a fucking toothbrush.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man.
So Russia, we won't see them. Maybe they'll have a different name or something like that. I don't know. I just listen. When you get to know Russians, that's what I'm saying. It's like you try to treat people equally. You don't just label somebody a certain way because of. Well,
I mean, it's like if I went over, people hate Trump, and I go over to fucking England. Did they hate me because they hate Trump? No, they didn't.
Maybe they hated.
No, they didn't. Well, they loved me.
A lot of Americans were getting a lot of hate around the world.
They were. And I remember getting into a couple weird arguments with like a girl at a bar one time. I'm like, what am I doing? She was just like, you are the... I'm like, what did I do?
What are you arguing with her about?
What the fuck? I go, about what... She was talking about this. I'm like, Jesus, fuck. I'm like, my bad. And she was hot, which sucked.
Really, yeah.
But then she started fucking bullshitting and she became like a crazy person. And I'm like, you're not hot anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
She became unhot?
She's like, what is... And this was even before Trump. This is like... I think this is like 15. I want to still in there.
Well, listen, I'm going to go home. I'll watch a little more CNN later today, and I'll let you know what's going on.
They're so stupid. Did you see fucking how dumb CNN is the other day? CNN has they have a clip of the air raid sirens in Ukraine, which is the most horrific fuck thing you could possibly imagine. They haven't heard that goddamn noise for a long, long time. And the last time they heard that noise, shit didn't go well. And so they play in this on CNN. And all of a sudden they go to that little commercial break where half the screen is still up, but you do a little commercial cut. So they're just going, ring, and all of a sudden, here's the Applebee's commercial with nothing but chicken fry. Don't hand on a Saturday night. And they show that fucking weirdo guy with tight jeans dancing, shaking his ass. I was just like, oh my God. Like, talk about like not knowing where you're at, self-aware of what's going on. Did you know, bro, do you see that? Because Andy really doesn't watch it.
What are you talking about?
So they're just showing how horrific the air raid and the siren, and then they cut to a commercial, which is Applebee's of the United States, and like, go in there and drink some beer and did how happy United States, and then, here's Ukraine. And all of a sudden, like, it was corny, it was stupid
it's
on CNN.
It's not cold beer on a Saturday
Whatever.
night. That's chicken fried, dude.
That's what the song that they played on it.
There's a song called Applebee's.
No one cares. But the point is...
Isn't there a song called Applebee's?
I just want you guys... I want you to look at that. You can laugh about it because it's stupid. But on the other hand, it's like, just remember where you're at and how fucking good you got it. I know we could bitch and moan about things. I get it. You Canadians are bitching about Trudeau.
Well, the Russians know right now who are over here.
Look where you're at right now. And just remember that. That's all. Love all y'all. So, you know that.
I think the moral of the story is is
do your homework.
I don't put a blanket over everybody.
Just do your homework.
Just based on
both sides of it.
Where they're from or what they look like. Don't
just watch CNN. Don't just watch Fox News. No. Don't just read one guy. Go from Jordan Peterson. Go to fucking...
or play video games like Cam.
My PS5's not even set up in like 5 years. I still have... I don't play video games.
Keep it in the box.
I don't play video games
keep it in the box.
I want to, but I don't. I like how you try to denounce me and say that I'm stupid. Meanwhile, you don't know shit about fuck. And then you're trying to say that I play video games all day. Meanwhile, I just study shit all day because I have to do a 3-hour fucking radio show every goddamn morning.
You showed me your new PS5.
I haven't even put it up yet.
Oh, where is it?
It's in my fucking basement. I haven't got a TV for it because I need to get a fat-ass TV for that bad boy.
Why? You just put it on.
Because that's what you do.
You put it on any TV you have.
No, I'm not doing it in my upstairs because I don't want to unplug it every time and it looks stupid. I'm going to do it in my studio.
Well, we're looking forward to that.
I am.
Now... Do you think people should change their terminology about like talking about war and stuff like that in relation to sports? You know, like Chara has a big bomb, or
get out of here! Don't waste my
these
fucking
two teams
time.
Are going to war and stuff like that.
Well, don't say going to war. Just say
what can you say? What can't you say?
No, my dad even says like, and he's not even. He never was in the military or anything. But
Dennis,
Big Denny's like, quit saying. What'd he tell me to fucking?
Would you go in the military?
Fuck yeah!
Right now?
No. I wouldn't pass a drug test.
Would you let your... do they drug test you for
that?
Fuck!
Oh, God, you're so... Oh, fuck, you're dumb.
Would they drug test you for that? So you wouldn't get in?
Of course they drug test you.
So everybody in the military is just
clean. You can't smoke. You can't do a goddamn thing. Man, you got some work to do, homeboy.
Well,
dude, shit,
I'm just asking.
I'm glad that you know hockey history.
You're not getting in then, is all I'm trying to say.
Well, no, I don't want to get in, but it's not about me. It's about fucking Ty.
Yeah. Would you encourage your kid Andy, to go into the military?
You might not have that option coming up here, homeboy. And that's the fucking scary thing is like these guys with kids, man, like you might not have that option, just so you know.
No, let's not talk. What
do you mean not talk about it? That's the fucking reality of it.
Not right now, it's not. I mean...
Well, Ty's only 4 or 5 years old. You still got to wait till he's 18. But if you have a kid that's 16, 17 right now, I'd be like, I don't know. It's happened before.
Yeah.
You know when it happened before?
Back in when they had the draft and all that.
When?
Yeah, like 60s.
Yep. Fucking
dude, and I knew it was Pearl Harbor earlier too. So
in Vietnam, well, that has nothing to do with Vietnam.
Well, no, you talk about Imperial Japan. I'm just saying.
That has nothing to do with Vietnam.
History.
Nothing to do with Vietnam.
No, I know. 60s.
Vietnam was the most hardcore war because it was the first time war was on television. And everybody, U.S. was so backed when World War I and II came, and women came and fucking went into the industrial line
but
and
now
made
it was on television.
Now it was such a stupid fucking war.
And all that.
We had no idea what the fuck we were doing over there. We half-assed it, thought we were going to shit stop them, and those fucking guys were so goddamn smart, and they knew their territory, and it was all filmed, and we lost so many people, and then the whole country, half the country's like, fuck, and so these war veterans that didn't even sign up for it.
Can I give a shout
Hold on,
out?
time out. That came home, and they got ridiculed by the U.S. public because they hated war.
Can I give
They're like, what do you do?
Can I give a shout out to a few people real quick? Like the people who are covering the war, the journalists.
Yeah, the correspondents, yep.
They do a hell of a job.
Damn right they do.
You know, like I love being in the mix. I love reporting and stuff. I don't know about,
Andy, you don't do a goddamn thing compared to these guys.
I'm just saying I don't know about all of that.
Oh,
what
no
they're
way.
doing. That's what I mean.
I don't want you going over there. We're too successful.
If I had to do it, I would.
You ain't
if
going
I had
nowhere.
to do it,
you wouldn't do shit.
We can still do the podcast.
When it comes to like that, like Andy's like a go-getter. When it comes to like,
Andy, I would, man.
I know you
they'd
would
be like,
the war.
They'd be like, "Where is Putin?" I'll be like, "Give me 10 minutes."
Andy would, when it comes to like journalism stuff, like journalistic things, like Andy's going to be like a go-getter. But here, look, yeah, man, they're in the mix. They're in the mix of things. They're all wearing their vests and shit. Mm-hmm. That's hardcore. I wouldn't want to do it. Teams are backing out of KHL too.
Yes, they are. Jokerit.
Yep.
I just
Hey, I'm not flying over Russia right now. Hey, listen to me.
Yeah.
Remember what happened in 2014?
No, I don't.
That plane.
Oh.
Shot down, full of fucking 280 people flying over Ukraine. Shot down by rebels. Fucking killed
2014.
Yes, when they took over Crimea.
Oh god.
Yes, and so like if I'm in a KHL flying around on those fucked up planes anyway, and now you got a war. Who knows what kind of rebel's going to shoot down some of those fucking
If you are
jets.
a North American player, I mean, that's like the next best league in the world. Along with the American. This may actually enhance the American League.
I know.
Or maybe the East Coast League.
Something. Can we talk about that?
Like Avery.
Can we get off that? Can we get off of Russia?
Give me your take and then I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Why do you think they released him a day or two later?
Well, let me explain Sean for you, though. Love him. Mm-hmm. He's hardcore. He says what he says.
I actually enjoy Sean Avery.
So do I. Trust me, I listen to all this shit. Now, do I agree with everything? No. But everything is well thought out. He's not going on there trying to, he's just speaking from his hip. No, he's not. Everything he does is well calculated, and he speaks what the fuck, he explains everything. He talks politics, breaks down games, he does this, he does that. I respect the shit out of him. He's a smart dude.
Yeah, I'll give
so
you
when
that,
he came down there, and all my buddies like, he's going to fucking kick ass. I'm like, no, he's not. I go, now you're causing... Listen, Sean, you're degrading that fucking East Coast League. And if I'm a player in the East Coast League and you come down, you fucking do... I'm 42 years old, and you come down...
he hadn't been on the ice
You haven't been on the ice, and you're like denouncing me playing in this league. I'm gonna fuck you up, boy. Mm-hmm. And be like, oh, he's tough. No, he's not. Like, Sean, you played tough. You're a great player.
Yeah, but something happened for him to But can I give you my take?
Well, I'm not done.
Oh.
My point is, like, you're going to go there and you kind of disrespect the league by, like, I'm just going to sign up for this and play. Where if I'm grinding my ass and I'm playing there, like, if I'm a dude, I'm trying to fight him every second. Mm-hmm. Every second. And it's just like you're causing a lot of attention, which is good for the league.
He hadn't played a game yet, so I understand what you're saying.
You got George LaRock wanting to sign. You got Barney wanting to sign. You got this, you got that. This is crazy. Go ahead.
But this is... I just wonder. I'm not saying like this or didn't. I have not looked into it because I've been like busy like watching a lot of the stuff that's going on around the world and stuff like that. But when George LaRock came out and he said, "Hey, I want one game against Sean Avery," did that bring up to people with the East Coast League about the history of what took place between George and Sean Avery on the ice?
Figured you'd go somewhere like that's a good point.
Okay, because George LaRock told us on our podcast
I know
that Sean Avery said something, he crossed the line a couple times, whatever, and he had to have a hidden mic, remember?
Yep.
He wore a hidden mic, he said. And did this start now with George LaRock saying that? Like, and all, I don't know if that was brought to the East Coast League's attention, and that came out, and they were like, okay, you know how it is in the climate in today's world, where we're at.
Yep.
And they were like, okay, the owner of the Solar Bears or somebody was like, okay, no, Andy, not doing this. We're not getting that type of attention here.
Andy, great point. You suck at a lot of things when it comes to like foreign policy and shit. And
well, I know a lot about foreign policy.
I suck at it. If I suck at it, you really suck at it. But when it comes to this shit, you're spot on. Great point. Here's the deal.
You think that? That's what I think.
I think you're
right. You
don't
just like say
because
we're
they're
signing
making money.
Sean Avery, where it doesn't matter if he sucks. It doesn't matter if he can't play.
Making money.
They're going to sell out the damn game, and it's going to be on SportsCenter, and it's going to help
enhance
your brand.
Well, that just
so it
shows
doesn't matter. They're not signing him because they think he's going to come lead the team in scoring or hits.
You're going to make the franchise money so you can sign more players, and it's going to help. And so for you to just be like, nope, you're not here, Big George LaRock, because that trumps anything.
And so nobody else
negativity when it comes to racism.
Yeah, so nobody
trumps
else,
everything.
I was looking to see would anybody bring this up, but like I don't think they were able to connect the dots, and for nobody to get any reason as to why they just released his ass 2 days later.
Great point. Here's the thing: everybody's like, "Hey, bad publicity is good publicity." No, it's not. You fucking morons. I know that firsthand. Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
Well, listen, I had to help you with that.
You were the one of the few.
Yes, I did. And I called your agent. He was like having dinner.
We don't need to talk about it.
He's like, I'm busy. I'm like, you need to call me.
You're one of the few. But my point is, like, you could have Sean Avery on your team, and you could rack in fucking money. But when Big George comes down and calls him out publicly, racism trumps everything.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how much money you're going to bring in from Sean Avery, if you have that stigma on you and your organization with the guy that said maybe something, whatever,
let me just
I would say
this,
that it's not worth it.
Because when we had Georgie on, I mean, the Cam Strick podcast was still kind of in its infancy to a point. Because like I'm on a couple of text chains with some very well-known hockey people, okay? And when somebody put on the text chain that like, oh, now Georgie wants in. And then when I'm like, this is what he's talking about, boom, give him the clip from our pod, which kind of went a little under the radar. Then we didn't blow it up because, listen, Georgie said it, but we also like, I don't know.
I know.
We also like Sean Avery, and like we're not trying to get in the middle of that. But Georgie did say he like dropped the bombshell on us. If you remember, it was like, what? What did he say? And he's like wearing like hidden mic. You're like, what? They put a hidden mic on your ass?
Know. And then we're like, should we post that? I'm like, fuck. And we're like, fuck. Let's text Sean. And
because all that stuff was going on at the time. Yeah. This was like at the beginning of the pandemic when like The Rock had COVID and they like were like
that was when COVID was cool
hospital.
Again. That's when COVID was like, I got COVID and everybody's like, oh my God,
are you okay?
We love you. Here's money and this and fucking fame. and then like a year later, I got COVID. Get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo. Get down. Get out. You're pushed aside.
No. Here now, some people are like, "What? I don't even care if you have it or not."
The one thing Putin
I already had it. I'm on holiday.
The one thing Putin did do. The one thing Putin did do. He got rid of COVID. Funny how that works, huh?
Putin did. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Where did he put
Where's COVID at?
Oh, they don't have it in Russia?
Do you talk about it? Does anybody talk about COVID? And my cousin has it. Okay, fine.
Dude.
But where's it at in the media? Where's COVID?
Oh.
All the mask stuff gone. Everything's gone. Because now it's another shiny object.
Now anywhere because of the...
It's Trump.
Yeah.
And then it's the election. And then it's COVID. And now it's Putin. And then the next shiny object's going to be...
My wife's very close friend was just at a resort in Palm Beach, Florida. And Trump was there. And like there's signs everywhere that say you can't take pictures or anything inside the resort hotel.
Mar-a-Lago.
And she's sending like nonstop pictures of like Trump, and Trump would like go up to her. Very attractive.
Your wife?
Her friend who was there.
She hot?
Very. And,
why wouldn't he do it?
And he would say like, "How are you?" Like he would like see her, and like there's all this Secret Service over there, and they would like just spread out. He would just like walk right through them wearing his suit.
Because he's in a safe zone down there, man.
How are you
doing? He's in a safe zone. Well, good-looking women attract dudes.
Yes.
And Andy, that's just the way it goes. And I remember somebody said the other day, like, and he had a pretty good looking wife, and he's like, huh, and he's like a TV guy or whatever, and he's like, he came up to my wife and started talking to my wife, and I'm like, that's because of me. I'm like, no, you dumb fuck. No, your wife's good looking. And if a good looking chick came out to me, I wouldn't even think about you. It's like about her, you dummy. Put it back on yourself. Men like women. They don't give a fuck about you. So you know. So whenever a guy comes up and he's really nice to your wife, Andy, who's very good looking, it ain't about you.
No, I thought always.
So like,
I always
you get my fucking drift.
Me.
Yeah, do you get my fucking drift? When they go up to your wife and he's talking to your wife like, oh, he must really like me. No, he doesn't. He likes your wife.
Okay.
So you know.
I've got some stuff I want to get to. Filip Forsberg, dude, I tweeted that out last week.
That blew up a little bit. What the fuck is that all about?
It blew up. And so, let me just say this. So, sometimes like I send out a text, like I don't know how to, what do I say? I don't know how to say it. When I tweet sometimes, I'm like, I'm staring at it. How do I tweet this? What do I say? God. I use the words like actively shopping, meaning like they are like talking to teams about like what can they get in return for Filip Forsberg. He's got an expiring contract. He's a star player. Okay. You look at their roster, they've got a couple of guys who make $8 million a year. Duchesne, Johansson, $8 million a year. Ooh. You look at their captain, Roman Josi, he's slightly over $9 million a year.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy. Never mind. Yeah.
He's going to be somewhere in between, if not asking for exactly what Yossi got. People are like, well, you may have an internal cap, but his agent may be saying, you know what, we value ourselves this way, and this is what we expect to get, whether it's in Nashville or somewhere else. So Nashville has a decent idea up to this point, when you consider the trade deadline is just a handful of weeks away, of what it's going to take to sign their star forward. And so what they're doing is their due diligence, which means you talk to other teams. Hey, if we can't sign this guy in the event we have to go down this road and trade him, what are we looking at as a potential return? So are they talking to other teams? Have they had discussions with other teams? They absolutely have. 100% have talked to other teams about Filip Forsberg, and people can deny it or whatever they want to do. It is what it is, and it shouldn't come as any surprise. And if we get to the deadline and all of a sudden Nashville doesn't think that they can sign him, and who knows where they're going to be in the playoff picture right now. You look at the way Dallas is playing right now. Yeah, they've knocked Edmonton out. Edmonton's been much better with the coaching change. They lost a tight game yesterday in Carolina. I mean, Nashville could end up being the team that's on the outside looking in, okay, in the Western Conference right now, sitting in that first wild card spot. If Edmonton's able to knock them out, because I think Dallas, based on the veteran leadership they have on their team, they can flip a switch. Some teams can do it. They should have done it earlier. Yeah. They make it hard on themselves. But I just don't see them not making the playoffs. The Dallas Stars, they're going to make the playoffs. Yeah.
And they're probably going to play us.
If Nashville's out, what do you do if you're David Poile and the Nashville Predators? Do you hang on to him, still try to make a push and make the playoffs, and then, I guess you could lose him for nothing, or you could re-sign him. Listen, I think his choice, the player, Filip, if it was up to him, he probably re-signs in Nashville. If it's up to the team, they'd re-sign Filip Forsberg. But, hey, it's easier said than done, man, when you got to come to a contract agreement. Not to mention the term of the deal, Cam. Last summer, David Poile, their GM, was telling a lot of their free agents and the free agents that they ended up signing, hey, I won't go higher than 3 years. Michael Granlund was able to get that fourth year. By getting that fourth year, it led to their goaltender getting a 4-year deal, and it led to their defenseman Ekholm also getting a 4-year contract. So, if you're Filip Forsberg, you're 27, whatever you are right now, and you're having a career year, and they don't want to give you an 8-year deal, then
what do? You
go into free agency and get that 7-year deal somewhere else.
Except you might be in Winnipeg.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I know.
Just remember where you're at.
Correct. So listen, you're in Nashville. You're in a great spot. Listen. If I had to put money on it today, I feel like they find a way to get it done, and he ends up staying. But in the event that we see free agents leave all the time. They traded Shea Weber. They've gotten rid of Arvidsson. They've gotten rid of some other players, man. They've got a bunch of. Did David Poile not know this was going to be a potential issue down the road when they gave out those contracts to guys like Duchesne and Johansson and whatever? So it is what it is, man.
How's Duchesne doing this?
It's a salary cap world, Cam.
What's Duchesne's numbers this year?
He's having a hell of a year.
Is he?
He got off to a great start. I think he's got 23 goals right now.
I like that fucking stadium series, man, in Nashville with fucking all the boys. Patty gets to do so many cool, Patty Maroon, much cool shit.
No coincidence that he gets in a fight in that game.
Of course
because,
he did.
He's like, you know what?
He fought the big kid, too.
He did.
Kid. I like that.
He's a bust, man. Former first-round pick. McCarron.
Oh, really?
He was a first-round pick of Montreal. I'll never forget scouts telling me at the draft that year that – and he's like a fourth-line guy who fights and whatever.
And he's not crushing cats.
I'd rather have that Watson in Ottawa than him.
I agree with that. Austin, I know. He went through a little jam with a couple of things.
I get him on.
I like him too, man.
So McCarron, whatever. I don't know. Cam, you tell me. Is he hurting cats?
No. I wouldn't be scared of him.
Okay.
Now, he almost uppercutted Dakota Joshua behind the net one time. Remember they fought? I remember that, but he ain't hurt nobody, dude. Look, if you're going to be a killer,
he's not a match for the.
If you're not that good at hockey,
there are a few killers in the league today.
Delorier's will fucking catch you, boy. Look, there's some shit kickers in the league.
Alexiak is a big kid who can throw.
Yeah, look, it's not. Is that kid hit anybody?
I'm just saying he's a
all
big
y'all
guy.
Listen. It ain't about that's an added value when you know how to throw down the pipe. Mm-hmm. It's all about hitting, dude. You got to be able to fucking hit guys and hit them clean and consistent.
You like that BL?
God, who fought Chara?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good for you. I'll take Chara on the Blues.
I'll take that kid, too.
I'll take that little fucker.
He looked like he was 5'9".
Who cares?
Standing next to Chara.
Yeah, but he traded. I evaluate.
He did.
He got caught just like I did. Then he's like, I'm going to fucking go left on your rights. Mm-hmm. And I'm 5'9".
And he'll always be able to tell his grandkids, listen, I fought Zdeno Chara on the day that he broke the record for the all-time games played.
That's what balls do.
He's got some, that tells me he's got some moxie.
And that's why I'm like, if I'm a coach, I'm like, I'm playing your fucking ass. Fucking right.
He understands the stage, the moment. And I'll give it to Chara, too, man, for accepting the fight against a guy who's played fewer than 30 NHL games.
Yeah, man.
And he's like, okay, I'll go you. When I'm playing playing my 1,652nd career game.
If anybody's going to pass Chelios, unlike who with Gordie Howe, I'm just saying.
Patty, he went on the big screen and gave him a shout out.
And we need to get him on the podcast.
Marlo, we'll get him on
because I am chirping. Not chirp, because he's a sweetheart.
He's a good guy, man.
Andy, I know he's a good guy.
You're being very mean to Patrick Marleau.
No, stop.
You're being mean to Patrick.
You're a sweetheart.
Okay.
You are a better person than me in every way possible. In every way possible. I just didn't want you to break Gordie Howe's record. I don't want anybody to break Gordie Howe's record. Unless it's fucking Ovi, unless it's somebody like, I don't know, kind of like more like oomph-ish, if that makes sense.
No, oomph.
But oomph-ish. But Chara.
Like, who has oomph?
Chara.
Okay.
So Chara beat Chelios. I'm like, fuck, okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Chelios. I'm like, okay, you're a fucking badass son of a bitch.
Right. Hall of Famer.
Goddamn right. You're not just grinding and coasting.
No. What about Toronto? I mean, they give up 7 goals to the Red Wings, and people are like, oh, my God, what an unbelievable game. See, they focus on, Matthews. We all know Matthews can score every day. He's a legitimate Hart Trophy candidate. I love Auston Matthews, man. I love watching him play. And I'll tell you this right now. I like
what he said the other day, too.
I love watching Mitchie Marner, dude. I just do.
Mitchie Marnie?
I do. I like watching Mitchie Marner. This Bunting kid has obviously fit in on that line.
Older?
Playing with 2 great players. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. He's old, but he's
how old is he?
Like 24, 25.
Oh, that's old as shit.
26.
Oh, fuck.
His
Auston Matthews, the best player ever to exist in Toronto Maple Leaf history. Fucking right he is. Daryl Sittler. Sorry.
Really?
I think Auston Matthews.
You got to get to a final or win one.
Yeah,
Isn't that how you solidify it?
No.
You put him bigger than like Sundin?
Yep.
Bigger than Gilmore.
Fucking Gilmore. Goddamn. Love him.
Like, you got to have your playoff moment before you to really truly...
they score a goal in the second round?
No,
there's no meaning
Gilmore
to that.
had that Game 7 moment.
If you're a fucking mid-market team and you win a second round, good for you. That's money in the bank.
He's a major market. I'm just saying.
No. I'm saying, like, your big moment in the playoffs, like, yeah, he had some big moments.
Let's just get him out of the first round. Let's start before we start talking. But what you're saying, like, best player, I don't know.
He's the best player.
He's certainly
the best player.
Yeah, I mean, he probably is, hands down, in terms of player. Like as a hockey player.
You know what I just said though?
But like I'm just.
I didn't say the most important. I said the best fucking player.
Okay,
he's the best fucking player to ever play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay,
and he's an American by.
He is.
From fucking Arizona,
baby.
What's up, homeboy? I like his style. I chirp his.
Do you like
clothes.
his earrings and stuff?
No. But he said something the other day about the military. A quote, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, motherfucker! Goddamn right." Like,
yeah, no,
I like
Auston Matthews a lot. Dude. I love his game, and this Mitchie Marner, man, he's growing up. I just like the way he gets around the ice, makes plays, and whatever.
He's fun to watch.
Now, can they do it in the playoffs? I'm going to still say no, and here's why. There's a couple reasons. First off, the matchup. Whoever they're going to face, it's going to be an unfavorable matchup. So maybe they can. I'm not saying they can't knock anybody off.
Yeah,
but you can't win in the playoffs with one line. They get nothing from John Tavares right now. I think he's got like no goals in 12 games, something like that. He's got some assists, and people are like, "Oh, he still has like 8 assists."
I don't give a shit.
Okay, making $11 million.
Take over the game.
He's
You're
a minus
11.
player.
Yep.
Nylander, minus player right now over the course of the last handful of games.
Okay.
So
I was going to say total.
No,
minus players?
No, like just recent stretch,
They're
whatever.
Like plus 46 goal differential.
Recent stretch hasn't been great. Since their stud defenseman signed his big time, contract extension. Hasn't been as good the last handful of games, whatever. So listen, when you don't have depth offensively, when you're very average defensively, and your goaltending is overrated, in my opinion, which is starting to look like it might be the case.
Seven's bad.
It might. Well, they
against Detroit,
they gave up 5 to Montreal before that. So like.
It don't happen in the playoffs.
I like Toronto. All I'm saying is, again, I'm just gonna. I don't see this being their year, man.
You think you're gonna fucking score 5 against the Blues? You think you're gonna score
when it really matters?
I'm saying, like when it push comes to shove and they're fucking locking the shit down.
St. Louis had a bad game in Montreal where they didn't even try, and then they flipped the switch and went to Toronto, and they still scored 5 goals against Toronto here in St. Louis with like half their team being out. Like their American League team scored 5 goals,
dude. And the real folk up there know.
Yeah.
And they're like, this ain't going to cut it.
So I hope, because I like Mitchie.
Marnie?
I like Mitchie Marnie, and I like Auston Matthews.
I like their whole team. I love
the
fans.
Nylander's got a sick flow, and
Yeah, they're sexy, dude. They're cool.
He scores in the playoffs.
I told you I want Toronto to be good. I want them to go to the finals. I want them to be relevant. I like their fans. Their fans like me for some reason now, and I love it. And we're up on fucking Toronto news and radio all the damn time. Like, I want them to be successful. Mm-hmm. Like, I do. I truly, truly do. They're just probably not going to be because of that particular reason. You can't let up 5 fuck goals. You can't have one line that says, "Oh, go ahead," because these guys will shut your fucking ass down. And in the playoffs, they're going to hack and whack and punch and hold and clutch like the fucking 90s. And you're going to be like, what am I doing? I don't know what to do. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen.
Brady has some other stuff in here about the Rangers.
You mean Brody?
Stuff like that.
His name's Brody.
Brody.
He's our intern. Not anymore. He's our executive
producer.
He was an intern, and now he's like the vice president.
Yeah, I know.
And you called him Brady.
Brody. I'm reading Avery, and I said Brody and Avery at the same time.
We've been working for 4 years now.
Hey, the Rangers, we'll get into the Rangers. I will say I watched the Rangers the other day. They played Pittsburgh. It was a hell of a game. This Shesterkin, dude, he's the real deal. I love
really
him.
good.
Man, I like watching
Dang good.
I like watching that.
Well, we got Craig Janney up.
Okay, so Craig Janney, dude, I wasn't sure when we did the interview. I was like, because I got to let people know, like, we did this like several weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We've had so many good guests coming on and stuff like that. We've kind of just didn't know the right time. This is the right time. It is a really fun interview. And I think people from Boston, obviously people from St. Louis, they're going to really enjoy this. And anybody else, like, you got to appreciate who this guy was as a player, great playmaker. And I mean, great playmaker. He really was. Like, his
goddamn right he was.
assist per game average, I think, is the greatest in like American-born history, something like that.
Yeah.
And his career ended short because of a blood clot.
Yep.
He had some controversy in his career. We get into that a little bit. Yep. And for people who don't know, like, he and Brendan Shanahan were like best of friends. Yeah. Shanahan is now married to his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's a kind of a thing here in St. Louis.
And so, like, well, no, it's not. Wasn't that like an isolated incident?
Andy.
You said it like it happens all the time.
No.
What do you mean by thing?
Everybody knows about it.
Yeah. But
that's what I meant.
But you have to hear him talk about it. I give him a lot of respect for how he's like, dude.
He's just like, no.
He's like, I don't hold grudges. And
I got sick of it. He liked her. I'm like, go ahead, take it. I have a beautiful wife now, and I'm doing my thing. That's like the perfect thing.
And Shanahan's happy with it. They have 3 beautiful kids.
But in the moment, though.
Yeah, in the moment. And
in the moment, it must have been tough. Let's be honest.
It's like one of those like legendary stories that have been out there everywhere in St. Louis.
I talked about it today. Like, people like Craig Janney, and they think of that, and I'm like, he doesn't even.
That's what they think of right away. When I told people we talked to Janney, first question right away is, "Oh, did you guys talk about it?" I know. Yeah.
And that sucks. Like, whether it was whatever, it's a thing, and it still drags you down. Even if it's like, I didn't like her anymore, and it's all good. Even if that's the case, like, it's still like you're hearing about it everywhere you go, and it's hard to, like, bottle it up and be able to perform afterwards or whatever. So Craig Janney was awesome, man, and I love him, and he was so fun to watch. I met up in the alumni room.
I loved watching him play. Number 15.
Number 15. He had a fucking right. He's a righty, too.
Yeah, like me.
Like you?
I am a righty.
You don't even know what you are.
I'm a righty.
You're whatever I give you whenever we get to alumni room. I'll give you
Although
a fucking
I feel bad for little Ivy.
Milex stick.
Because we've got the Super Deeker. I'll give him a shout out, whatever. Got the Super Deeker, and my high score right now, Cam, is 57, so it's not bad.
Good for you.
Chloe is just killing it on the
What's she, 56?
43. Okay. Ties at 29, which is actually pretty good. He's getting to 29. Ivy is the only left-hand shot in our house, and we don't have a left-handed
What about Blake?
stick. Blake uses his like nose and stuff like that.
I figured that.
But Ivy's the only left-hand shot in the house, and we don't have a left-handed stick. And I feel terrible. So she uses a right-handed stick with it.
She doesn't know what she is, Andy. She's kind of like you. She's like her daddy. Okay?
It's so
Jesus
funny,
Christ.
man. If I could keep a video camera,
your kids
on
are
her
the cutest
all
things
day
going.
long, dude. And she is.
You're lucky your kids are that
ever.
cute, because I think I like you more because how cute your kids are. Just so you know.
Isn't that the truth?
Just so you fucking.
Isn't
and
that
your wife's
the
cool
truth?
as shit too.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Good. It's always good. I evaluate everybody.
There is a common denominator in all of that.
What? My kid? Wait, what?
My kids are cute and my wife is cool. You said there's a common denominator.
Ooh, Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall. Like Ty, all the other coaches on the ice yesterday were like, dude, he's so big. Like, how is he so big? I'm like, I don't know.
I know. He don't look like me.
Taylor Hall. But, maybe they'll come back.
That's funny.
All right, let's get to Janney, dude. Great guy. Great interview. Yep. I mean, I really enjoy it. People are going to enjoy this, man.
Fucking A.
Big-time college standout. at Boston College. Grew up with Brian Leach, dude, like one of his best friends, too. So
get Leacher on.
Awesome dude. I know. We gotta
get his ass.
I know that red hair. We gotta get him on. We gotta get him.
Get that fucking red hair. Oh, poor guy.
Speaking of hair club, Cammy.
Well, fuck. I'll tell you this right now. Thank God I got it done 3-4 years ago, the front part of my hair, and I actually went to an event in Soulard.
Is that how it works? Like you do one section at a time? Because
at the time,
who gave you that advice? Like just do it all at once.
I didn't. My back of my head was okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Andy.
Oh, you didn't. You weren't like losing it back there.
Not too
Interesting.
bad. Yes,
wow.
motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Years later, your shit goes bad. And so now I'm like, I got a goddamn bald spot in the back of my head. And I did an event, and I haven't taken my hat off in a while to do something in front of a bunch of people.
You went without a hat?
Yeah, I had to dress up business casual, homeboy.
What'd you wear?
Gel.
No. What did you wear?
Oh, I had a nice suit.
Did you wear like a Lululemon?
Kate's got all my. We're going on. The Blues are flying. Kate and I up to New York this weekend to hang with the fans and go to the Islanders Devils game. I'm finna party like a motherfucker. But the other day I had to take my hat off for the first time and do an event in front of a bunch of people. And I was just like, you know what? The front part looks pretty goddamn good. Thank fuck I got this, because if I didn't have that, I'd be so goddamn miserable. And then your speech isn't good because you're just thinking about your goddamn hair.
Oh, so that's on your mind, huh?
Oh, yeah. Andy, when you lose your hair, dude, I'm telling you, it's always look, you have options now. Hair club for men and women. Check it out, guys. Just go talk to them, get a consultation. They'll put this thing on the back of your head, and you're like, oh, like my cat does when she purrs on me.
Is that how the noise she makes?
Well, she's just explaining that.
Sounds like a terrible cat.
I want to go there just to get an evaluation again, just to get that goddamn thing on the back of my head.
Boo Boo, by the way, made your wife's Instagram story. First time ever. It's always the dog. Boo Boo gets no attention at your house. None.
Are you out of your
If there was like a social services for cats, the cat would be gone by now, dude.
She's a precious angel.
It's not getting taken care of.
Are you kidding me?
It looks skinny.
She fucking eats all.
It's not eating.
No
it's not eating. It looks dehydrated, actually.
Get out of here. You don't know shit about cats. The point is, if you lose your hair, it's a god-awful experience. It truly, truly is. Stress, all kinds of shit happens, just genetics in itself. But you have an option now, and you have payment options, and you have options of options of options. Just goddamn look at it. Go see what the fuck's going on with your hair.
Can I tell people how
nip it in the bud while you can?
How they do it?
How?
800-279-7878. That's one way. You can't just mention all the options. Lots of options. 800-279-7878 if you want to call. But to make it easy, go to our landing page, hairclub.com/Cam hairclub.com/Cam. I want everyone to go there. Screenshot that shit and send it to us. I want to see
Screenshot your bald spot, too, and let me know, and I'll evaluate it.
And we'll let you know what kind of solution.
It would be kind of funny, though, because, I'm telling you, I got one. It's bad.
I want to see some bald people. Just send it to, and we'll hook you up.
Well, no, because you're going to, send it to me, because I actually am going through the process. So, I'll comfort you, and you'll be like, ooh, here's a one-up for me. No, don't do that.
No. Dude, I would never chirp anybody for that, because
I don't like when people chirp people for their hair.
No, there's a solution for that.
I remember one time I was at a party with my brother, my poor brother, who doesn't listen, it's fine, but he was losing his hair at a young age.
How young?
Pretty young.
Give me an age.
18. Yeah, it was, and
I know somebody like that.
He's not a confident like I am. I got all the attention. And I remember being at a fucking party one time.
Somebody chirped him?
And they chirped him in front of me.
Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
And what'd you do?
I go, what the fuck did you say? He's like, I go, your fucking feet stink. And because his shoes stunk like shit.
How do you know that?
Because maybe they didn't, but I just go, and you could control that.
That's your comeback? That is a terrible. Is that what you said on the ice, dude?
No, it was at a party.
I know. Is that what you would say? Come up with something better to say.
No, because he's chirping my brother. Yeah, and it's for his hair. I go, you can't fucking, at least he can't, there's nothing he can do about that. You fucking stink like a fucking Hoosier. Buy some new shoes, you fucking broke fuck. Or something like that. Don't chirp my fucking. I felt bad. That's bad.
Family, dude.
I felt so. He was struggling to and then your fucking beacon is. I'm like, I want to fuck him up.
You know what? And let me just say this. I'm glad you shared
fucking
that.
Hoosier.
I'm glad
you fucking stunk.
That's Sherry with
fuck.
I'm glad you shared that story with us.
Chirp my brother like that. And fucking had a party in front of a bunch of girls.
You didn't grab him.
No, because that makes it even more embarrassing. I care about my brothers. He's a big boy. He could take. And he's my older brother. Just so you know. But this kid, in front of a bunch of girls, he's chirped my brother's hair, and I'm like,
a shit kicker?
My brother? God no.
I've met him once.
God no.
Super nice guy.
Not at all.
Very nice guy.
Not at all.
We met him. I met him at the.
He knows his
Yeah.
You're going to talk politics with them. You want to talk foreign policy. You want to talk fucking history with them.
I've proven
You're
I
gonna
can
look
do
like
that.
a goddamn fool.
I've proven I can do that.
No, you have not.
Yeah.
But you chirped his hair in front of a bunch of girls.
I don't like hearing that. And so
I motherfucking got pissed.
Yeah, people are listening to that who have been through that.
Pissed.
And so listen, I want all y'all to know that
I'm on your side.
We are a support system for you.
Men and women.
And you go to camandstrick.com.
Fuck with me.
Or excuse me, you go to hairclub.com/camandstrick. That is our landing page. Schedule your appointment right then and there. Your initial consultation, and you're going to get a fat discount.
Yeah, get it done now,
$250 off.
I'm telling you.
Right then and there. And if you need help with getting in touch with somebody over there, like,
it's easy.
Reach out, dude.
Yeah, we got
reach
you
out
guys,
to us.
Man. We get it, dude. I get it.
My DMs are open.
Weirdo. My DMs are open. Tell me about your hair. They're not going to you for that.
Oh, man.
We'll ask about a trade.
But we love Hair Club. And certainly their support here on the Cam and Strick podcast. Same with Car Shield, Cam. I mean, it's amazing all these sponsors that we have. You've had some like personal like.
I was going to Car Shield to do a commercial.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down Highway 70, and I hit a goddamn thing, and my fucking tire pops. I almost get in an accident and kill myself.
So embarrassing for the
then
brand.
I have to call Car Shield to help me while I was going to Car
What'd
Shield to talk about Car Shield.
Help me.
And then, I almost died. And then, because you hit a fucking pothole going 80 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think that's what happened.
And,
you called me first, actually.
Well, I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, well, we're going to Car Shield. Why don't you call Car... This is the very beginning.
I handle everything, dude.
So I called Car Shield, and they literally like picked me up like a pharaoh back in the day, and they carried me to Car Shield. They had somebody grab my car, take it to a place that I wanted, blah, 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 blah. Easy fucking peasy. I did the commercial, came back out, car's fucking shined up, ready to go. Let's go. Good commercials, by the way. I love you and Ryan.
Like with all
Ryan O'Reilly.
Race car drivers. You see the infomercials and stuff like that with the race car drivers?
Yeah, the fucking race car drivers are badass, by the way.
Oh, I think a NASCAR race.
NASCAR's fucking awesome.
I've never been to one. And
it's cool.
I've kind of chirped NASCAR over the years.
Why?
I just kind of.
It's cool.
Okay.
It's not
I know you watched the Daytona 400. Is that what you watched?
What?
You watched some race?
I'm not into it that much.
No, you watched a race. You said that.
Daytona 500.
Yeah, you
There's
did.
some badass wrecks on that motor.
Okay, we're going to go.
Let me explain something. No. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you real quick.
Yeah.
I evaluate coolness. Mm-hmm. That's why you're bottom of the totem pole is shit.
It's not what you
But when you're in NASCAR and you walk into that fucking party in the middle and you're walking up to your car before you climb through the window where there's 200,000 people watching you, and you walk up with your fucking badass tracksuit on with your aviator glasses and your bad bitch next to you who looks fucking dope, and she looks fucking cool, and you walk up and the camera's on you, and you take your shit off, and you get in that car, and that's fucking bad ass.
Well, you know how I have the racing series? I may enter the car through the window, dude, when we leave here. Okay, right through the driver's seat in my R Design Volvo, and I'll give it to I'll give it to the NASCAR drivers. There's a NASCAR race coming to St. Louis.
Yeah, there is.
And I may go to that. I may take Ty down to the pits.
I take Ty.
I took Ty to blues practice the other day.
Ty was my son. I take him everywhere.
We had a snow day. We had a snow day.
Mm-hmm.
Bennington's like banging on the glass to get his attention. Like Bennington's the coolest guy.
I love him.
He is the best.
I love him.
Can I give listen, Bennington?
I love you, Benner.
Woke up to a shout out from him recently after the night after he beat Philly a few days ago. And he had listened to the Andrew Shaw podcast, man. He loved it because Shawsy's his boy. They go back to Owen Sound together. And they had some big-time battles as roommates back in the day. So
they all listen.
Big shout-out to Jordan Bennington. Gets a shutout again against Chicago, too. So he looks like he's getting back on track. We love Benner. All right, Car Shield, 800-857-2481. Mention that promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. I know it's embarrassing, but do it. It's going to save you money. Car Shield, carshield.com. Hey, whenever you have an issue, whatever, you pick the mechanic. They hook you up with a rental car, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. Sign up today and take care of yourself. You never know, man. Your computer goes down, dude. We're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. Just be smart, dude. CarShield and carshield.com. All right, Cam. Lucy
Gacy.
All right.
I ate that mug today.
Lucy.
I had the gum and I had the little pouch. And I was got the radio show, did a little thing on Instagram post today, pumping their tires up because they got some good shit. I love the cinnamon. I like the pomegranate, by the way. Very good shit. And it chilled me out. And because I can't talk well when you're hosting a show with a fat chaw in my fucking mouth. Now, I'm not going to completely get off of shoot. Hopefully I do eventually. It's not about that. It's more about like cutting my cravings and like slowly getting into it. But Lucy's great. They got all kinds of different options. I do the gum and I do the pouches. I put it in the top lip, put it in the bottom lip, and I could speak eloquently, kind of, for what I am.
Do you get cravings?
Yeah, Andy.
Like, what do you crave the most? Like the chewing tobacco?
Nicotine.
Okay, well,
nicotine as a whole.
This has nicotine in the gum.
Yeah, I know.
And the pouches. So
yeah, I know.
Controls the cravings.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I just fucking said that. God.
Dude, Lucy.
I wish you were an addict.
Lucy.co. Not com.co. And some of us choose to use nicotine. I don't know about you, Cam. Like, people use it to relax, focus, or just unwind after a long day. Like,
you think?
You don't wait till after the long day, do you?
Right when I wake up.
No. Right when you wake up?
Oh, God.
Oh, he really needs the Lucy.
You're fucking...
You really need the Lucy.
You don't know shit.
You're goddamn
right I need it.
Yeah, well, it's a modern oral nicotine company that makes nicotine gum, lozenges, and pouches. Like I said, these are for adults who are looking for the best, most responsible way to consume their nicotine. What do you tell like a kid right now who's playing U18 hockey? He's like, "Oh, I want to be cool. I'm gonna put the Grizzly."
Girls don't like that.
Okay.
Like, you think you're going to go to a high school party and you're, hey, I fit chew in my mouth. And the girl's like, oh my God, I want to fucking make out with you. Doesn't work that way.
So how are you making the switch? How are you doing it?
Well, I'm slowly doing it, dude.
How are you doing
So
it?
I'll give you an example. Like today, right when the show started.
When you wake up, put the Lucy in. For Kate's sake. And Boo Boo.
She's sleeping still. And Boo Boo is right next to me when I put the fire on to get my notes down at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to my 7 o'clock show. But I need an hour to do that, and I need an hour to get there, and da-da-da-da. But I'll put a fatty in. And then when I'm on the radio, though, I can't put a fatty in because I'm like, and people call out on me.
Put the Lucy in.
I put the Lucy in, baby. Yeah. And no one even knows. And it cuts the craving. Like, I crave that fucking nicotine.
What's that promo code?
Cam Strick.
There you go, baby.
Yeah.
Cam Strick. Lucy.co.
Check it out. It's good stuff,
and
guys.
Please send us a picture when you guys when you get that, man. I want to support all of you guys who are trying to make that switch, and not just a switch, but a move to like a healthier lifestyle, which is really what it's all about. This product contains nicotine, Cam. Nicotine is a addictive chemical.
Oh, no shit. Tell me more about stuff, Andy. I want to give
that warning.
Tell me more about nicotine.
I want to give that warning.
Good Lord. No shit it is. It might be the hardest thing. Look, I've gotten off a lot of shit. Nicotine's really, really difficult to do. You need all the help you can get. And this is I'm telling you, just a different avenue to take to cut that craving so you can slowly wean off of this fucking nicotine.
Do people still smoke cigarettes like on a regular basis, like a pack a day? Like, those people still exist?
Of course they do. They're just not doing it in front of you as much because they do it out.
Okay,
you can't do it.
Make the switch.
Yeah, man. Cigs, chew, doesn't matter.
I guess the people vape when they were trying to get out. Vaping,
smoke weed.
No, baking nicotine is like that. Now that one makes no sense to me. I will say that. Lucy doesn't make the vape. Anyone who vapes, like cigarette vapes, I don't get I'll never understand that one.
It's all nicotine, homeboy. That's all it is. It's their nicotine craving you, man. Like, it's.
So your favorite flavor is what?
Cinnamon.
Okay. Loosey goosey, baby. Behlmann and Behlmann.com. Dan Behlmann.
Oh, Dan, I ain't fucking playing no mo. I honestly need a shit kicker. And every time I bring this up, I get 50 text messages on my DMs, which I actually have my DMs open for real.
Yeah, mine are
and
too.
People actually do text me through them. And they're like, they send me all these trucks.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. They're like, get the shit kicker, Cam. Like,
which
what do we
one
do?
are they telling you to get?
25 hundo.
You don't even know what that is. You have no idea what that is.
I have a 1500 out there right now. Yeah, it's got a 5.3 liter.
Raise it. 1,000.
No.
Get to 2,500.
Well, yeah. You just get it.
You want to raise the truck.
God, you just don't.
Lift it? No, I'm not saying that.
No, not lift it. Anywho, the point is, I do want to get something bad at. I do want a diesel. I want to figure out what the best bang for my buck is, but they have so many fucking options up there.
They do.
And I might go up there and be like, fuck the shit kicker. I might get that fucking Buick.
Well, they've got so many options. Buick GMC and the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, all in Troy, Missouri. And Dan Behlmann, badass. One of the biggest hockey supporters we've ever had in this town. Ever.
Totally cool cat.
Ever.
No shit.
In
been with us
St.
since
Louis
day
history.
one, by the way, Andy.
I know, he reached out.
He's the OG here.
He is, man. He believed in us.
OG.
I think our first sponsor we've ever had.
Before we did anything.
We never had a sponsor. He was like, you guys... He believed in us, dude.
Before we did shit.
Think about if you worked for this guy. Like,
I love
how much
dude.
he would. There's something to be said for that, dude.
Remember he met us down at the Valley?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it. He's like, what's...
Cam's like, you drink beer? I'm like, oh, God, this meeting is really starting off right.
Because I asked that question?
And he's like, hey, let's have a good time. We had a great time. Wait.
What?
No, it was great.
Me, 10-year fucking NHL shit kicker, and I can't ask a guy that wants to sponsor us if he drinks beer?
That's a great question.
No, there was some like chirpiness going on. with your
no
attitude
chirpiness.
There. No.
No chirpiness.
What did I say wrong?
Yeah, nothing.
Get on with yourself, Andy.
Get on.
Damn.
Danny Behlmann's the man, though. And support him. Like, support good people, man.
Yeah.
Support all our sponsors.
They support youth hockey in St.
Yes,
Louis.
they do. They support everybody. All right, the BBB. Better Business Bureau.
B2B.
Where do you turn when you're looking for an honest business, Cam?
Of course.
The BBB.
Everywhere. Listen, we're traveling all the time. I'm sure when the Blues set up that nice...
Where are you staying?
I don't know. But I don't give a... They figured it out. I trust them. They always hook us up in a nice...
Are you flying with the team?
No, I'm flying with the fans.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fans.
Well, you think they're going to put Kate and I on the jet? No, it doesn't work.
So there's a lot of fans going out there for this.
Yeah, it's a fan thing.
Dude,
that's why they had me go.
You got some responsibility.
And I got a signing there, by the way. Where's it at? I got a signing with me and Grant Marshall, 7 to 9 Saturday, baby. We're going to be rocking, and me and Marshall.
Check out Cam's Instagram and all that. We'll have some information on that, too, on the Cam Strick.
Check that out. I'll make it fucking rain when I get that cash, too.
We'll promote that. And bring that Lucy with you, dude.
No, I can't have a chew in my mouth talking to women and stuff like that. I have to have
But if
cinnamon.
it smells like pomegranate, dude,
no, but that's not. I don't consider that chew. I'm talking about my chew. I chew.
Yeah, no.
This is Lucy chew.
No. Dude,
which, if my breath smells good,
if you go back to New Jersey, your stomping grounds, and you go to New York City, you embarrass the brand like that.
I'm not going to.
Don't you dare.
I'm not going to.
Don't you dare.
I'm going to make it fucking rain.
Make sure I talk
to
Kate before you guys go. I got a couple things, assignments for you when you're up there.
All right. Well,
okay. We got the games we'll be doing back here.
I'm going to Peter Luger. I'm going to.
I want to let the fans. I'll be broadcasting actually live for Saturday and Sunday's game from Centene Community Ice Center. There's some stuff going on down there.
You should interview me up there.
You won't be there.
Oh.
No, I'll be at Centene here in town.
Yeah, I know. You could Zoom me, and we could do a funny interview.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah,
we'd probably better than the
there.
other interviews you're probably going to do. Let's be honest with ourselves.
No, we got to do some stuff. We got to get on NHL Network, too. I don't know what's going on with that and everything.
I don't know.
But we
don't have enough money.
We're going to figure
How does that work?
I don't know.
Are we not cool enough for that shit?
We're gonna figure that out.
Well, we need to get better guests, I guess, right?
Be more entertaining.
We got the best fucking guests going. Everybody knows it.
All right.
Hey, can I shout out Biz real quick?
Yeah.
Fuck, is he doing a good job?
Biz is my boy.
We love him so much.
Yes.
He's
love the Biz.
He's so goddamn good on TNT.
Authentic.
He's so motherfucking good and talented. And he does that little fuck dance the other day. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He looks like a cartoon. He's ridiculous. He's so cool. We love you, man. All y'all, Ryan Whitney and all those guys. TNT's doing a good job.
BBB's been in business for reviewing companies and charities for over 100 years. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
I'm just making sure you know what's going on here.
How's my girl doing over there? Good.
Natasha?
What's up, girl?
What up, girl?
What up, girl? What's up?
Say what's up to Chris.
Hey, and Chris, how you doing? But Natasha, your brother reached out to me, though. Oh, yeah. I know him now. Yeah. Like, now we're all big family.
We're on the BBB team. Say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris. I said hi to Chris.
And Natasha.
Natasha, how you doing, girl? What's up?
We should have him in here for a live show.
Come in. Come on in.
When you go to bbb.org, you can find easy ways to get consumer tips for every situation, like buying a car, looking for a mortgage, understanding your cell phone contract. Cam, you need so much help.
Oh, God, I got fucked on that.
Need so much help. You know, BBB,
$1,500.
I think the BBB was created just to...
For me?
Help you. And there's different BBB associations all over the country, and they're reaching out to us. I'm hearing from all the different BBB people. So big shout out to all y'all. All right, Craig Janney. Episode number 175, baby. This is the Cam Strick Podcast. One of the greatest passers, American-born passers ever, is with us now. Enjoy this. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. You know, nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and you know right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. Or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now to the interview.
Hello.
Janney.
Craig, what's up?
What up, man?
What's going on, boy?
Shit.
Where are you at? You're in Scottsdale?
No, I'm outside Chicago now.
Oh, is that where you're living?
Yeah.
Look at you. You're in the Midwest.
Yeah. Good old Midwest boy.
Been to St. Louis plenty with youth hockey, too. So,
are you coaching your own kid or are you coaching a youth hockey team?
I got dragged in by a buddy who coaches youth hockey in the area, and I've been doing it with him.
What, your cat?
You got a little kitty cat too, Janney?
My cat's in the game, too, here, Bill.
Oh, see, Andy?
Hey, who roped you into it? Gino Cavallini?
I hate to tell you, he's been trying to get us to coach for him. But it's like an hour ride, so we've been holding out on him.
So how do you like that, though? I mean, you don't have any skin in the game. The kids aren't playing. So, like, is that more enjoyable, you think? I mean, do you feel like you got a kind of a better mindset going into it because your kid's not involved?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no favoritism, that's for sure. Yeah. But I wish I had a kid who had some of my skills because we're not that good. You know?
Hey, do you tell these kids, hey, Google me?
No shit.
They're like, what? You played in the NHL? These kids don't know anything from back in the day, by the way.
Not at all. They have no clue. It was so long ago. Occasionally, like, we go to a tournament, and we'll get that one idiot card guy who wants me to sign 6,000 cards that he didn't get me 20 years ago, you know?
With the blue marker?
With a blue marker, a brown marker, a gray marker. Can you do this one in pink, you know?
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So what organization are you coaching with?
It's called the Cyclones out of Geneva, Illinois, where I live.
The Cyclones. Craig Janney. He's now coaching the Cyclones. Did you have a son or you just had a daughter? Like, did you ever have a son that played?
No. All I have is one daughter, so no playing in my family.
Yeah, okay. I mean, listen, you got to bring out some old Enfield, Connecticut highlights for these kids. You know that? This guy's like an Enfield Hall of Famer. It's such a big deal. Like, where you grew up, it's all about the prep school, isn't it? Like, I mean, nobody played junior. They all played prep school, right?
Absolutely. That's the path for us to get somewhere was to go to prep school for a couple of years or a year and then go to college for a year or two and then try and make pro that way. That was our path.
Was prep school all boys school?
Mine was. Oh, it isn't anymore. But it isn't anymore, but it was when I went.
I always ask that.
Cam went to an all-girls school, just so you know.
Well, I know it was co-ed. It was a public school, you know, the blue-collar part of Eureka, Missouri. But, like, was it I always ask people this, and I know it's kind of but was it tough going to an all-boys school? Like, the only reason why I wanted to get up and put, like, deodorant on is because I knew I was walking past that hot blonde.
Susie.
And Susie's walking by, and I'm like, oh, God, I got to be cooler in life so I could wheel this girl. But now you go to an all-boys school, yeah, I guess it's easier to deal with, but I don't know. You need to learn how to talk to girls at a young age.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's huge. It took me 2 years of college to talk to girls, that's for sure. Yeah. But you didn't have to wear any deodorant either, so it was a good thing too.
Exactly.
Hey, what are you getting paid to coach youth hockey? You making like $250,000 a year? That's what they pay over there in Chicago,
what?
Craig.
Oh yeah, we're making millions. But it's it makes you feel good giving back. You're trying to teach them how to play. I mean, they don't listen. That's the furious part is that some of them don't listen. And you guys know you're around youth hockey a little bit probably. The parents can be they can be tough, you know.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to ice time of their kids, holy moly!
Well, what do you say to them then? Like, how do you separate that? I mean, because the kids are probably easier to deal with than parents, but like, do you have to put your foot down often? I mean, do you have to like say, listen, I know what I'm talking about. Just shut the fuck up.
Yes, basically, we do that in a nicest fashion we can, saying we have the experience with hockey and we do have your best interests at heart. We're going to play everyone, but when push comes to shove in the last 6 minutes or the last 3 minutes of periods, we're going to play who we want to play.
Yeah. Who's your assistant coach? Like Nelson Emerson?
I wish.
Nelson, yeah.
Nelly's out in L.A., I think, working for the Kings.
I know. So listen, I coach youth hockey, so it's funny, man. I'm with our U16 team, our AAA Blues here in town. Been with that organization forever. So, yeah, I get it. I know how it is. But listen, Craig, that's why you got to be the assistant coach. Then you don't deal with shit, right?
I am. I am the assistant. I told him I won't be a head coach and deal with the parents. I walk in and I walk out, man.
That's the way to do it, man. That's just the way to do it.
Tell them to hockey DB you. You still talk to your old school boys like Brian Leach and those guys? Like how far back with Brian Leach do you go? Like since you were like really young, right?
Brian Leach to like we were 4 years old.
Wow.
Was he skating at 4, just like wheeling around everybody?
Dangling around everybody back then. Yeah. God. He was the best I ever saw, yeah.
Really? Best ever.
Yeah.
And you guys played
I played against them from 4 to like 14, and then we played together on teams from 14 to his freshman year of college.
You guys play in the Olympics together too?
Yeah. Olympic team together too. He was our captain, yeah.
Okay. And then obviously you guys played together in college. Like like the whole like Boston, like that era for you. And then it carried on a little bit, like even after you a little bit, like, cause you're a little older than Big Walt, right? Or you guys around the same age?
I'm a couple years older than him.
Yeah. And then like him and like Roenick and Guerin and all these guys. What's up with Boston and like hockey? Like what was it like for you guys, like growing up, like playing out there in Boston? Like why was it so good?
Well, we're the generation of the Bobby Orr family, and everyone wanted to play hockey after Bobby Orr came through. And he had the huge influence on us. I'm sure. Well, look at St. Louis. Who started it there? Probably Holly, huh?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You guys had some fantastic youth players after Holly went through, and now you're producing kids left and right.
Yeah, Holy completely took this city over, man, in so many different ways. And Andy knows too. Like when we're young, like we didn't know like hockey as a whole, but we knew the Blues. And then you see this guy with this jet blonde hair, mullet cruising out, scoring 80 goals a year. Then he's at like McDonald's, like he's everywhere. And you're like, well, even if you don't know the game, you're like, this guy's unbelievable. And he got us all into roller hockey, which eventually turned into ice hockey out here.
Well, I'll tell you, my wife and I tried to. Her family lives in this area.
Okay.
And we tried to come out one time before to live here, and we lasted 9 months because her and her sister got in a huge fight.
Uh-oh.
But
can we talk about the
break
fight?
That down.
Can we talk about the fight?
So, anyways, no. So they made up, and we came back because they wanted to be together, and it's worked out great. But that 1 year when we were here, it was a Cubs town. And that's when the Hawks started their run.
Mm-hmm.
But that year I was here. That was their first cup. When I came back to this town 4 years later, every license plate is a Blackhawks license plate.
Oh, my God.
Well, listen.
That's so true.
Craig, back in the day, the games weren't even on television there. Like,
exactly.
And like so things changed once, the younger words took over. I think he just got it. And then obviously they had so many great players and you're winning Stanley Cups. I mean, we saw that here in St. Louis. Even like the Blues, they've always been big. And you know that from your time playing here.
Oh, yeah. We were big. It was a big time.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Like you go out back in the day, Craig
shit.
Janney, like women all over you, I'm sure, whatever. People coming up to you at the bar and whatever. Yeah. I mean, the Blues were huge even when you played. And then they win the Stanley Cup. Even as how big they were, man, winning the cup takes it to the next level. There's no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, what's that bar? I was in town. I couldn't get a goddamn seat in it the other day.
Where, Obie Clark's?
Yeah, Obie's. I couldn't get a seat in it.
Come on, Craig.
Oh, my God.
People.
Shoot a text message
to somebody.
Shit, they'd walk you in carrying you like a pharaoh from the Egyptian times. Well, shit, the Blues went through that, Andy. The Blues won. They went to the playoffs 25 years in a row. Yeah. Everybody's fucking into it. And then all of a sudden before the 2004 lockout, or maybe right afterwards, they just had, I remember playing here, they had like 7,000 people in the stands, and they had to have a regroup. But going up to Chicago those years, they didn't have anybody there. No one even talked about it there. And all of a sudden, boom, you get a couple superstars, and they change everything. And now, I mean, God, they could be bad for 10 years, and I think people will still have their license plates Blackhawks.
No, I don't. I think you're right. I mean, it's incredible up here that these kids do follow it really precisely and are really into it. And I just couldn't believe the license plates when I came back.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And the jerseys.
That's what you recognize as a license plate. Of everything in Chicago, I know. The Blackhawks are in your face, but they had a little bit of controversy now. Like, has that changed in terms of, are people still into it even after some of the shit that's going down?
But it changed it, but it quieted down real quick. I was shocked at that, how quick it quieted down, because that was a major screw up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no shit.
Doesn't get any worse than that.
Oh my God!
It died down pretty damn quick. They got rid of a lot of guys, and they got rid of everyone they had to, I guess, because it is definitely quieted down.
Yeah, exactly. Except the player. The player's like, we didn't know shit.
We didn't know he was a black guy. He was a black guy.
Yeah. Okay, so take me back to when you're like growing up and everything. Like you're like one of the, pure passer. Right? I mean, Adam Oates, pure passer. There's been a bunch of guys you could say are pure passer. But there's not that many in the game today who are like pure passers. I mean, the evolution of the pure passers has kind of gone away a little bit, although there's some guys that still exist. Guys like Backstrom and some of these guys. We've got a young guy, Robert Thomas, here in St. Louis, pure passer. Where did that vision and that passing ability come from? Because most kids want to score, right? They're not really into passing, but you were a guy that loved to pass the puck.
Well, there's so many differences now. Like the rule changes when it changed the rules, and now the game's north to south instead of east to west. When we played, it was more east-west, where you pulled up and made plays. Now the kids just skate 6,000 miles per hour straight ahead and try and beat everyone to the goal line and shoot the puck. And another thing I noticed. Hopefully you'll grasp this too. I talk to my buddy about it all the time. Is in warm-ups, how you go around the circle and everyone grabs pucks and shoots the pucks, and back in the day you'd grab a puck and pass the puck. Watch it now. Now they shoot the puck instead of pass the puck.
Nobody. Yeah, you used to grab a partner, right, and just pass back and forth.
Get your hands going.
It's so funny you say that, man. You never see that anymore. Everyone does their own shit, or they do their own little trick shit. They juggle pucks,
like
whatever, and they're like flipping it into the crowd with their hair slicked back. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a fashion show now, Janney. It's a fashion show. It's like how you.
Exactly.
It's not about work. It's not about getting your hand. It's about I look cool with my hair. I want the fans to see me, which is fine because you're marketing.
Rip
but
the top shelf or rip it off the post too,
Yeah, and you go no Bucky. No Bucky, and you get one off the fucking crossbar and hit you right in the head, and you're out for fucking 4 weeks.
Exactly.
Hey, let me ask you this real quick. How many points would you have gotten if you played after 2004, when I first got in the league, and they took away the hooking and clutching, where I'm sure like after games and you're playing in the 90s, Janney, and they are hooking you and skiing and holding you, and you're trying to spin off a guy, it's not a very, very big guy. Like, God, how much more freedom would you have if you didn't have all that hooking and clutching from Darian Hatcher and all those guys you had to deal with?
Oh, God, it would have been the first few years would have been heaven. If they really called all those penalties, you'd be on the power play the whole game.
Yeah, dude.
And it'd be nice.
And your scars on your stomach wouldn't be there. Jesus.
Hey, what was it like for a young kid? You come in, you play with the Boston Bruins. First off, Boston kid playing with the Bruins. Yeah. Like when does that set in, and how do you just focus on playing as opposed to being like, wow, man, is this really happening?
I'll tell you when I focused on playing. The first day I was there at practice, I was a little in awe. A lot in awe. And it was an optional. My two coaches were John Cuniff and Terry O'Reilly was the head coach.
Oh, my God. We had Terry on.
I know Johnny Cuniff, too. That's Lou's guy.
So, he's absolutely nuts. I love him. He was probably my favorite guy. I don't know why, because he was my first guy, and he loved me, too. But we're playing. It's an optional. No one's out there, really, but those two. And we're playing stick and pass, two pass. 2/, and you got to hit the post 2/. And I got a couple buddies from college up watching, and I get the puck and my back's kind of turned to the boards, and O'Reilly runs me, and my helmet goes flying off, and I get up, and he's already got the puck and he's going on the net. I look at my buddies in the stands going, what the fuck? What do I do? And he shakes, they all shake their heads and lift their shoulders. And I go back in there and I go, well, I got to do it. So I run up to him, and he's dangling. I two-hand him over the shins. Ooh. And he chased me down, but he got it. He got it. Maybe that's why he liked me so much, because I didn't just lay flat on my back and not go near him.
How tough? How is he in that market? I mean, can he go in? Because he was pretty humble when we had O'Reilly.
Terry O'Reilly. He's like shopping for like antiques with his wife. Like, what is going on?
I'm like, tell me about could you walk down the street? He's like, oh, no one really talks to me much. I'm like, what? Really? God, you were a god there.
He was a god there. Everyone's afraid of him. I mean, that he's going to beat the snot out of him,
The left.
Because he would. If he snapped, like he had a snap zone. Like when he snapped, forget it. He have a hard time getting it back,
Really?
And that's what you never wanted him to snap.
He'd snap on the bench on his own players or on the refs?
Oh, on his own players, on the other team, the refs. Oh, I was late one day that same year, my first half year after the Olympic team. I had it was senior week at BC. I had few too many lemonades. and I showed up late for practice, and he grabbed me and brought me in the penalty box after practice. And he goes, I'm playing you with Cam Neely. You're playing on the power play. You took a couple guys' jobs, and you're embarrassing me by showing up late.
Oh. He
goes, not only am I going to send you to the minors if you do it again, but I'm going to beat the living crap out of you too.
Oh. Jesus.
So.
Well, hey, Janney, don't be
psychopath.
Late. Don't be late, though.
Oh, I wasn't late again.
No. Yeah, dude.
That'll get your attention.
Hey,
that's what I tell Cam when he tries to show up late.
Andy, don't bullshit anybody. I'm the most non-late motherfucker ever. I am always early.
I'm never late now.
Never late. I actually get pissed at people because it's like disrespectful.
Yeah, I know.
Don't fuck with me.
That'll get your attention right away. Hey, but all right, you mentioned Cam Neely. I want to get into him in a little bit. I got to ask you about Ray Bourque first. Like, you come in there, Ray Bourque. How was he as an older veteran? Like, how did he handle you? How did he treat you? Like, was he good to you? Like, give me the real lowdown of what he was like.
Well, as far as the veterans on that team, for 2 weeks it was tough, because they were on a roll before we got there even. But I thank God I joined the team with Bobby Joyce from the Canadian Olympic team. So we got to share, at least we had someone to talk to for 2 weeks. But once we produced, that's all they cared about. Once you produce in the NHL or whatever top league in any sport, you get a lot of people respect you and befriend you, especially hockey players who are good guys anyways. And they treated us with the utmost respect, and because we contributed to trying to win,
So is Ray Bourque the type of guy that's going to say, hey, listen, try this, do this, come hang out with us. Listen, You got a place to stay. You know your way around town, which you did anyway because you're from Boston. Like, is he that type of guy, or does he kind of just stick to himself once you guys are done with practice and done playing?
No, he was very friendly. Let's go to lunch. Big lunch guy. Back then, the league was a big lunch league.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
What would you
go to sushi and you're eating for 4 hours.
What would you do with that lunch? Would you have have some wheatgrass shots and?
Shit, man.
Yeah, just like they do now. It was lunches like they do now.
Yeah, sure. No, it's so nerdy now, and we all know that, and that's fine. It's probably for the greater good of the organizations.
There's so much money involved now. I don't blame them.
I know, man. And these guys are all just, and now the video game stuff. But even when I rolled in, like Richard Matvichuk, Colin White, all these old school guys are kind of like on their last leg. They're like, no, we're going to lunch, and we're going to go home at 9:00, and you're going to keep going out because you're young. But those guys would drink all day and go to bed at 9:00 and be up ship shape the next day. That's old school shit. Now those guys anybody does that now.
No, I don't think that's in the game anymore just because of the money. But in the training, everyone's training and stuff. So, which is great. I'm glad I was with the first group, though. That was a lot. We had a lot of fun.
No shit.
And a lot of stories.
What about Cam Neely?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Tough as nails, too. He was more serious prior to, kind of more new school than old school. More serious, not a lot of lunches, played hard, prepared vehemently, but he had your back on the ice like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
I mean, anyone came near me, I mean, he'd attack, and protect me. I mean, I could have taken advantage of so much stuff, but I never did because those guys I like those guys too, because I had a lot of lunches with visitors too back in those days. You know how it was back then.
Yeah.
And but I could have took advantage of it because he always had my back, that.
Yeah, but you could have took advantage of it. Then your best player's in a penalty box, so he's sticking up for you all the damn time. So it's like you want him on the ice.
Absolutely, especially him. But he had a temper. He would snap. He had a hair trigger temper.
Really? Yeah, he got banged up though, man.
He did. His back was all messed up.
His fucking knee, his back.
His knee got him bad. That's what got him. He got kneed.
Alfie.
He got kneed, and right above the knee, it started to calcify and turn into bone. That's what got him. He was a young kid.
Was it the knee that Don Cherry played in Rock'em Sock'em 8? Was it with Alfie Samuelson fucking playing for Hartford, and he gets him in the blue line there? Yeah.
It was Pittsburgh. He was with Pittsburgh when he got him. Yeah. It was in the playoffs.
Wow. So, hey, the trade to St. Louis, did that completely catch you off guard? Were you shocked? Were you depressed?
No, I
were you
wasn't
happy?
shocked.
What was your reaction when you found out?
I wasn't shocked because we knew something was brewing because that's when Oatsy was holding out. And then we had a thing on our team where there was a big hubbub over me and Bob Sweeney. And so that it was like they were mad at us. Obviously, the Blues were mad at Oatsy. They didn't want to pay him. And so it kind of made sense at the time,
Yeah.
What do you think of that whole Oatsy thing?
He just got a contract extension.
Were you just like, what were you thinking when you saw, what was everybody thinking when you see Oatsy call out the organization, hold out, just got signed again, but then holds out again? Is everybody like, is this good or is this bad? Or is he what was your take on that?
I didn't understand it because he just had held out, but I guess he didn't take enough,
We had him on too, buddy.
I know.
Deserved whatever he got, man, because he was one of the greats,
Oh, for sure.
Great coach,
he was
too,
so
by the way.
good. Yeah, very smart. Very
smart guy.
All right, so what was the issue with you and Bob Sweeney? What do you mean, they were pissed at you guys? About what?
Oh, it's a long story.
We got time.
It was a tradition for the Bruins in Quebec City the night before the game, one time during the year. You're there 4 times, to go out all day and night and party and then play the next day. It was a real weird tradition. So we do that the one night, and we usually would win that game, but it was one of those nights we all shit the bed, and we're getting bombarded. And Bonus was the coach, and he threw me and Sweeney off the ice. He told us to take our shirts off. You guys are horse shit. And we weren't any more horseshit or less horseshit than anyone else. So it became a big controversy in Boston. And it was time. They tried to reel it back in, but then the Oatsy thing started up. And it just made sense to do that trade,
So, hold on. So this is like a tradition. Is this a Boston Bruins tradition or a tradition for everybody? Like when you go to Quebec City, you just get shit-faced all day long.
It was a Boston Bruins tradition.
Wow, that's a fun tradition. I mean, Quebec City. I wonder if they still do that, although they don't go to Quebec anymore.
They don't go to Quebec City, so I doubt it.
All right, so was it a relief for you, though, to get out of Boston, considering you'd been there your entire life? Were you ready to move on and get a fresh start?
No, I wasn't at the time. It's your first trade. You know how that is. I was crying like a baby. You get your cherry popped, and you're scared and you're nervous. But it turned out to be the best thing for me.
Who was your first friend here in St. Louis? Did you know guys on the team? Who was your first buddy?
I knew Dave Christian a little bit from the past, from the Olympic stuff and USA hockey stuff. So he's the first guy I hooked up with. But you know how it is. You got 20 new friends just like that. I mean, it's dynamite. The guys are dynamite.
Yeah, everybody's welcoming me I'm going to get a lot of points on the power play. Come on in here. We're friends. Hey, what's the biggest? Yeah, no shit. What's the biggest thing, though, when you come to St. Louis and you see this city here? What was the biggest difference where you're like, well, what the fuck is it? Oh, why did they have that? Oh, I like this compared to Boston.
Oh, there was some great spots we hung out at, and Balaban's great restaurant.
Oh yeah,
we're all
Central West End.
Balaban's back in the day. I think it's shut down now. By the way,
it is shut down.
Is it
it's
shut
now,
down?
It's
a lot of crime going on.
No, it's now Herbie's. Then it was Herbie's, and then I think Herbie's moved to Clayton now, but that used to be the spot in Central West End.
The city's changed quite a bit. It's just changed quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man. But like even like the way of life here.
Is it like Annie Dunn's 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, that hasn't changed.
Now they ain't the city. That's way out in the that's Chesterfield. But like, what's the culture different? Like you're at East Coast, like where the people like I've lived out in Jersey, played in Jersey. Like there's a difference between living on the East Coast and in the Midwest. Did you notice that just from the people?
God, yeah, right away. The East Coast, they're very guarded until they get to know you, and then they take you in. Midwest is friendly out in front. You know, they would. It threw me off how everyone was so nice, you know, and right away welcoming. So it was a nice deal. The only thing that threw me off is they'd ask you what school you went to, and I'd always say Boston College, and they want to know what high school you go to.
I know,
you know?
It's so funny
because they evaluate you on
they judge
if you're
you
poor or not.
Exactly, totally judged and put in a slot.
Exactly. It's like we're gonna find out what school you went to, and then we'll decide if we want to hang
Eureka,
out with you.
You're a Hoosier.
That's where Cam's from. Okay, so Brian Sutter, how was he with you when you first got here?
Great. I always did good with the tough guy coaches. They love me because I was a soft skill player. It's weird how it works. You got a tough coach, they like the skill players. And skill coaches like the tough guys. It's the way it goes, I think.
Wow, it's interesting.
That's interesting to hear that. Yeah.
Cam,
I didn't know what the fuck. They all hated me. No.
Hey, but when I don't know how well you knew Brett Hull before you got here, but like just hanging out with him and being in the dressing room with him every single day, nonstop entertainment. Like, did you enjoy it? Was it too much at times, or did you just love going to work with Brett Hull, like off the ice, just dealing with his personality?
Well, he was two different people. He was around the room on the ice, Brett Hull, and then he was the off the ice in the bar, Brett Hull, and he was two different guys. You never know what you're going to get around the ice with Holly. Sometimes he'd be happy, go lucky, and then he'd pout. Sometimes he could get the pout going big time if he didn't get some cookies early,
Well, he was pissed off because he wasn't playing with you, though. Like, you're playing with Shanahan and Emerson, and it's like he's like, I don't even know who his centerman was. He wanted to play with you.
He got 70 goals of Ronnie Wilson as a center, and I love Ronnie Wilson. But he wasn't no centerman, playmaking centerman, that's for sure.
I mean, could he go anywhere in this town without just getting bombarded? Did you guys have to, walk in through the back?
It was tough.
Even without social media.
It was really tough on him that way. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere without it being an attack. But we'd have a couple safe bars, safe havens, where people left him totally alone and they wouldn't go near him, which was nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys all hang out together? Like, I mean,
always. I went to lunch every day and hung out, and dinners after every game,
And that's how it was.
That's how you did it, man.
You had your 106-point season here, man. I mean, you had to have some great memories here in St. Louis, man. I mean, is that the best year? Like, how do you evaluate that season looking back on it?
No, it was a great season. No, we had some great seasons there. And I'll tell you what, if they didn't pick up Keenan to run the show, we would have had some really good seasons there. The year Keenan tortured me and traded me out of town. And then he just blew up the team. We had a terrific team. It was a lockout year. It was a short year. We had a wagon ready to go, and he just blistered it. It was a shame. And if you guys wouldn't remember that team, but we had Shanahan, Emerson, Hall, McGinnis, Duchesne, Housley, Keenan. I mean, we had a bunch of good role players too. And, he just blew it up.
No,
we do remember that.
Remember that.
How young do you think we are?
What are you talking about? Of course I remember that.
Fuck, I was at those games.
And everybody, listen, we've had so many guys who have come on Boston guys too, like Tony Amani, who just like ripped the shit out of Mike Keenan. I mean, you almost feel bad sometimes, but then you don't because he was like Brett Hall called him a tyrant. But what do you mean he would just torture you? Like, what was your relationship like with Mike?
Oh, it just tortured me. Just tortured me. Sat me out. First game of the year. Your family's coming in.
Oh God.
You're sitting out, one of those deals. And he just kept sitting me out every other game, and one of those, and then you don't shoot enough, you pass too much, so you're sitting out, and, stuff like that. And then he sat me out like 5 in a row, and you got to do the suicide stuff, you got to do the fitness crap, and he finally came to me. Well, who was our assistant? Ted Sater was the assistant. And I go, Ted, I'm not doing this shit today. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going back to the hotel. I might be splitting town. And so I go outside, and he went and told Keenan that I was leaving. I was leaving. I was taken off from the team. I mean, I had enough. And Keenan grabs me and says, I want you to start playing for me again. And I go, no, thanks. I don't think the guys will respect me anymore if I did that. So I'll be going home. You tell me when you trade me and where I'm going, give me a call and I'll be there. But to his fault, he kept paying me. He paid me for 2 more weeks before he traded me, which he didn't have to.
So you never played another game with the Blues again?
No.
So what'd you do for those 2 weeks?
Had a lot of lunches.
Oh boy.
You weren't skating.
Oh boy.
Nowadays they'd be skating every day.
Oh, they'd be getting killed.
And working out every day.
Did you ever just look at Keenan and be like, fuck you?
No,
fuck you.
He tortured a lot of guys, man.
I mean, God
I
almighty.
don't know what his thrill was in it. I mean, he was a great practice coach. I loved his practices. And on the bench, I loved how he ran the bench when he'd go with the guys who were going. And I respect that. But, man, the head games, the mind games that I enjoyed more than anything were ridiculous.
Did he ever torture like a young kid, too, where you guys are all just like, it's okay, dude, you're going to be okay? And he just – because I feel like some of these coaches like that just – they pick on the weak at times. And they pick on the healthy and strong. But, like, sometimes they torture you for no reason. But – I can see some of these young kids coming in like, what? Where am I at right now? And you guys
exactly. Oh, yeah. He would do young, old. It was like he got a thrill out of it, like it was a game.
It was a game for him.
He did, man. I mean, listen,
we had him on too.
They just retired Chris Pronger's number last night here in St. Louis, and I mean, he treated Pronger so badly when Pronger got here too. Pronger told so many stories,
Pronger
and
praised him.
He talked about it a little. Well.
Praised him a little bit.
He did. I mean, a little bit. But I mean, when we had him on, I mean, he was just.
Who else liked him? Twister liked him too.
Yeah,
well, of course.
Twister liked him. Well, you hang out with Twister a lot?
Yeah. How's Twister?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We love. He's our guy.
He was a lunch guy.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he was.
Was he in his own world too? Like Twister. Look, Twister was popular as shit. Like, yeah, I knew. Oh my! Like, how was he walking around? Like, everybody knew him too, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Everyone knew him, too. I'd say the 3 most popular players when I played were Hawley, obviously, number one, head and above. But Twister and Chaser were right there. They loved him.
Yeah, there's no question. No doubt. I was at the game when you scored the overtime winner against Belfort. Yeah. Game 4, 1993, playoffs against the Blackhawks. I think they were the number 1 seed. And you guys swept them. It was crazy. Just that goal alone, like, what do you remember about it? Should it have been goaltender interference? I think Hawley ran into Belfort behind the net. And then what do you remember about Belfort is going absolutely crazy? And Keenan was the coach for Chicago,
them all on,
too.
By the way.
Yeah, that was goaltender interference now, for sure now. But I don't think, what's his face, whoever that ref was, I can't think of his name off the top of my head with the mustache.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand Belfort, so he didn't give a shit.
McCurry?
McCurry.
Yeah, he didn't care. He couldn't stand him. And he went bazooka bonkers, boy, didn't he, Belfort?
Oh, yeah.
Just gone nuts.
Were you guys laughing when you got back to the dressing room? Like, what?
Oh, when we watched that, we were in stitches.
Did you even shake hands after the series?
Not his hand. A bunch the other guys, not him. He was still banging that fucking stick. It's harder to bake those wooden sticks, you know.
I know.
Well, who did that the other day? Somebody tried to break a stick and it was a Who was the coach the other day?
Dallas. It was Bonus, who you were just talking about a few minutes ago. Yeah. He actually got fined $25,000
for not breaking a stick.
That rivalry with Chicago, though, how do you reflect on that? Like, compared to some of the other rivalries you experienced in your career playing with all the different teams, how intense was that rivalry?
That one was intense, very intense. They had some great teams, and we were right with them, maybe a step below them at the time, but we upset them quite a bit, especially in their barn. And that was a tough barn to play in, the old stadium. So those were good wins for us. But I'd say Montreal, Boston was the best one. We had some wars with them back in the day, and we hadn't beat them in 20 years or whatever, 30 years. And my first team that I joined, the Bees, we beat them in the playoffs, so it was pretty cool.
Walking up those stairs at the United Center, trying to walk down those stairs. Blowing a tire.
Going down was worse than going up, that's for sure.
Stairs.
Hey, you played for Milbury later in your career. Are there any comparisons with him and Keenan? Are they different? Did you like Milbury? You didn't play for him too long.
I got along great with Mike, for sure. He loved me. So it's when they treat you well, you like them.
Yeah.
You have fond memories of it, and it's not a big deal. And when you kind of get you think you get the short end of the stick, it doesn't sit as well with you, for sure.
Who was a guy in the 90s where not a tough guy, but a guy that's going to step up and just get you, where you got to be so cerebral, you got to have your head on a swivel, where you just worried about cutting across that blue line, trying to get cute with the puck, because that's what you want to do. You want to make plays. Who'd you worry about as a defenseman stepping up and just catching you with one?
Brian Marshman.
Oh,
that's who.
Lord.
He was. You were screaming his number when he got on the ice. Him and Scott Stevens. You were screaming their number. Two's on.
Oh God.
Because you didn't want to get smoked,
Wouldn't Marchman? He'd stick his knee out too, wouldn't he?
He'd do anything. He'd did anything to get you. A toenail if he could.
Worse than Manson? Are they in
yeah.
Oh, really?
Worse than anyone. He would get you, and he knew how. He had a knack for it too, sneaking up on your blind side too.
Oh.
Hey, how good of buddies were you with Keith Tkachuk and Roenick and those guys when you got to Winnipeg and then Phoenix? You guys hang out a lot?
Oh yeah, we played a lot of golf together. That's for sure. The coach, we had a junior coach, Don Hay. I don't even know where he's probably coaching junior.
Yeah, the Western League or something.
Yeah, he was our coach, so he was all mad. He didn't want to have practices in the morning because he knew we'd go out afterwards and play golf. So he changed practice to 1:00. So we went out in the morning and played golf before practice. And that pissed him off even more,
That's ridiculous, though.
No, I know. Exactly.
Did Tkachuk just run the show?
Yeah. What did he say about that?
How was the dynamic with he and Roenick? Did you like being teammates with Roenick too? Was he fun to be around with? Did that ever become too much, or was he cool as shit?
It was walking a fine line, those two guys, because they're so different. Where JR, Styles, we'd call him. He likes, be out front, knows every word to every song, singing, and Keith's more old school, lunch guy, that kind of guy,
Mm-hmm.
So it was two different personalities, but they both ran the show there. I'd give a little more to Keith back at the start of that run, and then a little more to Jeremy at the end of that run with Paul.
How good was Walt, though? As a goal scorer, because you were on the teams when he was scoring 50 goals a year, right? And he was leading the league in goal scoring. How good was he then?
Twice. Yeah. He was unreal. Well, he was just a bull in a china shop, especially in front of the net, getting tip-ins, rebounds. He'd get 20, 25 tip-in rebound goals a year.
Mm-hmm. That's like Matthew. His son does the same thing, man. And Brady.
Do.
Brady does the same thing, too.
And his daughter.
in field hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. And I know you guys are all USA Hockey Hall of Famers and whatever. First off, how come you didn't play on that 96 team? Like, did they have like a tryout? Like, were you not invited to play on it? Like, explain that one to me.
They just didn't invite me to play on it. Lamoriello, they had enough talent. They needed some role players. That's what I was told. And Lamoriello wasn't too high on me he didn't think I could play a role other than, playmaker. And I think that's what it came down to.
Hey, do you think Keith Tkachuk's a Hall of Famer? Like, between he and Roenick, like both guys are.
I think they're both Hall of Famers, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think people agree with you on that.
Just in terms of the players. Hey, what was the situation with your blood clots? Like, what was that all about? Like, did you have to retire because of blood clots? Like, did that come out of nowhere? And how devastating was that for you?
It was tough. Yeah, I had to retire overnight. It turns out I had a hereditary disease that in your 30s you start clotting, naturally. It's called factor V deficiency. And I'm missing one thing in my body that clots. And I was on blood thinners for about 6-7 years, then went off them. And, now I haven't been on blood thinners since because I haven't had a clot again. But yeah, it was devastating. Overnight, I knew I was done.
Where was the blood clot?
In my right leg, lower leg.
Ugh. Like, how do they find that? Like, are you wake up? Like, are you passing out? Like,
leg swell?
We had a game that day in Calgary, an afternoon game, 1:00 holler. And I got up, my leg was like 3 times the size of what it should be.
Yeah, oh, my God.
I still dressed and went out for warm-ups.
Oh, God.
And I kept banging off the boards. I couldn't control it. And I went in, and the doctor came in and goes, Craig, this is a lot more serious than just a little injury. This is life-threatening. And I was in a hospital for about a month getting tested.
Oh, God damn. So when it all crashed down, were you like, oh, God? Were you like, did I save enough money? What the fuck am I going to do now? I mean, you're educated. You could do what you want, I guess.
Or you get some insurance money.
Did you get insurance money? Like, what were you thinking?
You're thinking all that shit, You're worried about what's going to happen, Because you haven't had that time to realize that you're done and prepare for it.
Yeah. It smacks you in the face, and you're like, okay, I got to evaluate everything I have now because hockey's not an option anymore. Mm-hmm. Now you got to regroup and focus.
But were you okay financially and all that? Like, did you get money? After?
Yeah, I was okay financially, and I had a nice little insurance policy. Like, they should, the PA should hire me to go around to all the kids about the insurance policies and how no one wants to write that check.
Yeah.
Because it's a big goddamn check you got to write in the off season when you're not getting paid. And they should send me around I should hold something at one of their conferences because it paid off for me if I didn't do it.
Well, it's going to
talk to Glenn Healy. We've had him on.
Just say it right now. We're going to make it happen.
Trust me, a lot of people are listening.
I mean, hire Craig Janney to go talk to teams about insurance. What'd you do after your career though? Like, were you like, did you just like basically just chill, or did you like start a second career?
I chilled for a bit, and then I did TV work back in Boston for Ness and their college hockey package for about 9 years. It was fun.
Your team in Tampa. First off, people forget you even played in Tampa Bay, but like, what a random group of players. Was that the first year of their existence when you played there, or no?
No, they were around for a bit, but it sure seemed like it. We were awful.
Like Wendell Clark,
what year
Darcy
was that?
Tucker.
What year was that?
98.
Yeah, that's
98, 99 or something like that.
I mean, it's like this random group of players, though, like all together on one team. Like, what was Wendell like at that stage of his career? And Darcy Tucker.
We started out, I'll be honest, we started out pretty good. But we were, obviously very thin and young. That was Vinny Lacavier's first year.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And, so he was learning on the job. He was getting a ton of minutes, which they should do. And it was me. I was playing with Wendell and remember Michael Renberg from Philly?
Oh, yeah.
Man, fucking
with LeClaire and Lindros.
We had a real good line. Clarkie was scoring a ton. Renberg was scoring a ton. I was playmaking with him. And then Rennie got hurt. Wendell got hurt. And then, a bunch of guys got hurt. And we were so thin, it was awful.
Yeah, but you're Tampa. Were you like, fuck, this city's really cool, and we're playing hockey down here, and now I can go to the beach or whatever the fuck I want to do? Like, that's
no, we
nice.
really enjoyed it. We enjoyed the year there for sure. It was a cool area. God.
Well, they're kicking ass now.
It was cool. I lived in Hyde Park. It had a bunch of restaurants. Where Burns, you've been to Burns Steakhouse there?
Burnt Steakhouse, baby.
Cam's
probably
never
one
been
of the
there.
best steakhouse ever.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
What's it called? Burnt?
Burnt Steakhouse.
Burns.
Oh, Burns.
B-U-R-N-S.
Yeah, Burns.
Better than Annie Guns?
Different.
Yeah.
Different.
Dude, you're in paradise down there, Andy. Like, it's just like now these guys are just fucking.
And now they're winning too.
They're walking on water.
Hey, and people are all into it. It's amazing. Hey, hockey there's amazing. Like they pack the house. Yeah. I mean, people love the NHL. So it's crazy. All right, so listen, people have been talking about this for years, Craig. Like, help us out and understand. Like you and Brendan Shanahan, best friends, right? And then what? Like you tell us whatever you want to tell us. Did you guys ever like reconvene and talk again?
Yeah, we talk. We talk to this day. Yeah, we text occasionally. He's a busy man, but we talk occasionally and catch up here and there.
So you guys were able to get over your personal issues and maintain a friendship and a relationship, right?
We never really had any personal issues at all, to be honest. That was people thought we did. We never did. Were we close for a while? Not really. Because, just lives going differently. He had his life. I had, my life. And, I've been with the same gal for 25 years. He's been with the same gal for 25 years now, too. So, but we touch base all the time.
Yeah. So people look at it on the surface and they're like, well, he's married to your ex-wife or whatever, but there's no big drama like Jerry Springer like situation going on here, right?
Oh no, we wished each other all the best way back 25 years ago, and it's like I said to him, it's hard to be happy in this life. If you're happy, I'm happy for you.
Wow. So you have that personality where you can just kind of like move on, turn the page, and you don't hold a grudge against anybody.
No, there's no reason to. Life's too short.
How good was he, though, in St. Louis when this guy was scoring 50?
Yeah, he was dynamite. I mean, he scored 50, 100 PIMs, just like Tkachuk, Very similar players. Even I think Shanny was even a little better. He could play make too, and just a wonderful player.
Small shoulder pads.
Caps. He didn't even have shoulders.
I know.
Caps,
but of all these great goal scorers you played with, from Neely, Hull, Shanahan, Tkachuk, like all these guys, like was Hawley at a different level, or was Neely right there with him?
I thought Hawley was the best. I thought he was the best. He could go up top better than anyone. I think Hawley could still, if Hawley was in his prime now, he'd still be scoring a bunch of goals.
Yeah.
Who's underrated? Who's underrated that you played with?
Out of that group, I'd say the most underrated guy out of that group is Tkachuk, for sure.
Why do you think that is?
I think because people think he got most of his stuff on tips and whacking in rebounds, but he had some skill. Not a lot of people remember how skillful he was, too.
Yeah, see, people think in St. Louis, just for full disclosure, that Keenan traded Shanahan because of, the situation you guys were going through, whatever. But did it have anything to do with that or not?
No, I just think it was another guy he could torture, and he tortured him well, too.
Oh, he tortured Shanahan, too?
Oh, yeah. He tortured all those guys. Tortured Hawley. He was torturing Hawley for a long time, too. Gretz. He tortured Gretz,
How does the whole team not be like, go fuck yourself? Like, what are we doing here? Like, no, we're not practicing today. What are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? Now the ownership group has to come in.
Yeah.
So if you have the big boys saying fuck you to him, he doesn't have that much power.
Don't you think it would be difficult for a coach to treat his players like that in today's game? Like that just wouldn't happen
today. It wouldn't happen today. He had absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that's how it was back then. He had the say in everything hockey. Yeah, and nowadays that wouldn't happen.
Well, Bobby Clark talked about that too. What did Bobby say about him when we just had Bobby on about Keenan?
Oh, he just said it wasn't. He didn't coach.
He didn't coach.
He just tormented.
Bully. It's not coaching. He worded that really good. I forgot what he said, but
all right. So what else is on the agenda for you now, Craig? You just kind of like you're coaching. Then what else you doing? You just hanging out or what?
Hanging out, coaching and hanging out right now.
You ever think about getting back in the league, like even after you retire?
Love to, but I don't know. It might have passed me by.
No,
no,
it didn't.
Did you have opportunities though, like to work for a team or like maybe get into some coaching? Like
I had more TV and radio. I had some opportunities in Phoenix with that, and the guy got canned right when I was getting hired, so that set me back there. But it's been more TV and radio than front office stuff or scouting.
What about at the college level? Like you're such a legend, like out there in the Hockey East, Boston College. Like, did you ever consider maybe getting back involved with your old alma mater?
Well, that coach has been there for 30 years now, so you never know what could happen in the next 5 or 6 because one of my best friends could be up possibly for that job.
Who's that?
Greg Brown, who was the assistant with the Rangers.
Yeah, no, he went to your Hall of Fame, USA Hockey Hall of Fame night.
Yeah.
Hey,
always.
You said in your speech 4 of the players on that team were your like 4 best friends, but you didn't identify who they were. Who are you talking about?
What, in my speech?
In your USA Hockey speech.
Andy knows more about you than you know about
Hall
you,
of Fame
just so you know,
speech.
Danny.
I'm watching the Hall of Fame speech, doing my world-class research, and you said like 4 of my best friends are here at the table who are involved in the 96 team or something like that.
No. 4 of my best friends who are since we were 3 years old came.
Okay.
Yeah, just buddies, no players.
Well, just so you know, when you come on this podcast, somebody is going to hire you for something. So just so you this is how it goes.
Hey, but you were tight with a lot of those guys in the 96 team. Like, was that hard for you to watch because you wanted to be on the team, or could you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, but it was hard to watch too because I thought I should have been on that team.
Yeah, you can say that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
What do you do? Let me ask you this. What do you do? And we're going to let you go, and you've been great, man. I appreciate you coming. What do you do for fun? I know you got a little kitty cat cruising around. I like you already because I got kitty cats too, and I am still tough, Andy. Go screw yourself. But what do you do? Are you a fisherman? Do you have boats? Are you a car collector? Like, what do you got going?
No, I don't do any of that stuff. I golf. I still try and chase Whitey around town, but that's about it.
Who's Whitey?
Who's Whitey? Is that like a code word for something? Party White? Excuse me?
Golf.
Oh,
yeah, okay. Chasing Whitey around town. I'm like, he's partying there.
I didn't know what. Well, hey, whatever. You miss not living in Scottsdale. You lived there for a while, and you had a good life there. I saw that house you sold back in 2015. That was a nice crib.
Yeah, the wife, that was her project, and she, but she wanted to be here. She wanted to be near her friends and family, and we love it here. It's good living, other than the cold, but cold hasn't been that bad this year. It seems like it's getting a little better.
Hey, last thing for you. You play with Alexander Dake. I'm always curious. Did teammates chirp him about being such a bust? Like, or was it like the elephant in the room and nobody? Like, did he have the personality that he could take that, or no? No,
it was. I didn't feel good for him.
Like, why?
That was a tough one.
Like he brought it on himself too a little bit.
Bothered him, And the kid had good skill. It did bother him,
Hey, you know that like your .74 assists for your career, that's still the best all time for an American-born player ever.
Well,
see,
I don't.
Yeah, we pump your tires up. We'll pump your tires.
Thank you.
Just so you know, you don't have to say
You're
anything.
You're a great
on that.
pass, man.
You're fucking awesome.
I love watching number 15 back in the day, man, with that half shield.
Yeah, I saw the half shield. Yeah, I know his style.
That flow coming out of the helmet. So. Listen, man, all the best.
Thanks
for doing
Janney.
this, Craig. We wanted to get you on for a while, man, so I'm glad we were able to do it. So all the best to you coaching and doing everything else you're doing. So
we'll see you around, buddy.
Behave. See you at the rink.
Okay, you too,
man.
buddy.
Take care.
On.
Bye. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Behlmann and Behlmann.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the winter. All right, that was Craig Janney, baby.
Jandog.
I like Janney. Well, that's what they call you.
Yeah, I know.
Janney.
That and Janner, Cam, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Shit kicker.
I've heard that. No, I've never heard shit kicker, actually. No
I call myself.
No one's ever called you that.
No, they haven't, but that's all good. But I like Craig Janney, man. Great guy. Totally cool. Great for coming on here. Very smart dude. Great hockey player. Coaching.
He had his wife and her sister had a fight, and they moved away from Chicago. Now they're back in Chicago, so they're all getting along and everything.
And I remember talking to him in the alumni box, and he said he has fucking concussion problems. I think he's doing okay now.
Well, he's doing okay. He just sold that like $2.3 million house in Arizona. Or something.
Oh, motherfucker, doing okay. He made some good money.
Well, I think he got a lot of that insurance money too. When his career ended because of those blood clots.
Oh, that's right.
And he talked about that. And remember, and hear me out, all you NHL teams, because he said he should go around to every team and speak about the importance of having that insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you, man. No doubt.
Remember he said that?
Yep.
And like, he's done some television for
this was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Nesson and stuff like that.
Or a month ago we had
and, all these guys, they can all, like, the NHLPA, man, utilize these people.
No shit.
Like, if you're a player, Cam, and you're sitting in a meeting room, would you rather have somebody from, like, Charles Schwab talk to you who never, like, played?
Don't.
Or would you want, like, Craig Janney to come in and be like, listen, dudes, I woke up one day and my leg was 3 times the size that it's supposed to be, and I never played a game again. And if I didn't have that insurance, I don't know where I'd be right now.
No, look, there's certain things when you're young that you just kind of block out. But if you got an ex-player saying that to you, if I had some fucking lawyer or some fucking nerd money guy or numbers guy come in and be like, hi, I'm Poindexter. Here's what you guys need to do. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. You got Craig Janney coming in.
That's so disrespectful, dude.
It's reality.
That is disrespectful.
It's reality. So my point is, if you got some nerd guy coming in there and like, you can be like, what the fuck? But if you got Craig Janney or some ex-player coming in or somebody got fucking fucked,
their attention.
They're like, hey, here's what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there's a big difference. And I've been through all those kind of meetings.
Our boy Rob Ramage does a great job.
The Ram Dog? Goddamn right.
Players and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of great people.
But you
out
get my
there,
drift.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, if you walked in and you gave a speech to the guys, they'd be go fuck yourself. But Rammer comes in there and Janney, you're like,
a lot of things we can talk about.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Would you ever want to get into public speaking?
Yeah, I've already am into public speaking. Andy, I do a 3-hour radio show.
That is not public speaking.
I did a
motivational speaking.
Yes. Goddamn right.
Like you tell a story.
Yeah. That's all I do is tell stories.
So if there's any companies that want to have Cam and I come out and speak to, like we would go to like retreats.
Yeah.
Like if you have a business and you guys all gather at some resort or whatever, and you want to have us come speak to your resort, dude, we will be more than happy to come do that and fulfill that obligation for you.
100%. AJ Galante from Danbury Trashers.
My boy, yeah, I'm waiting for our jersey.
Well, he just texted me, and he goes, coming soon, brother. Got you and Andy.
Oh, that's the jerseys.
Nice. Fuck yeah, he sent me a picture. AJ, what's up, homeboy? Give you a little shout out. AJ Galante.
Galante. Well, I
talked about him today.
Somebody confused me who was in my who slid into my DMs. A lot of people do.
Mostly dudes.
Was saying about a Sopranos house. Like it just kind of confused me.
In Caldwell? The Sopranos house?
It was just kind of confusing.
Jamie Langenberger lived right next to it.
What do you mean?
The Sopranos house? Jamie Langenberger. Was
that like a big house?
Fuck yeah, it's $2.8 million.
Like the real one?
Yep.
And Langenberger, who joined us, by the way, on the Cam Strick Podcast.
Lipper.
He lived right next door.
Yeah.
Were they living there at the time or
what no? A dumb thing to say.
Listen.
Dumb thing to say.
He said, random question. When is the Hughes family going to buy Tony Soprano's house? Seems logical.
I would buy that thing. It's an awesome place.
So I said, explain.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, it was the Cam Strick account, so I'm hoping he thought that was you.
Well, dude, I don't get on that. So that's not me. He goes back.
He goes.
I do my own shit.
He goes. Well, I got my own too. I will respond to those sometimes because you get a lot of business inquiries.
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff
I need
like
you on that.
And people who say good. I like to know. So anyone can, I get that out into my personal account too, more so. And then he said a compound for Jack, Luke, and the parents to call home and eventually recruit Quinn. He said, I'm a Rangers fan who thinks Jersey is a dump, but seems like common sense. So we'll give Pat Maloney a big shout out.
Yeah, what's up, homeboy? I get you.
Anyway, so you're going to Jersey this week. I'm looking for be smart, be careful out there.
I'm with my wife.
Yeah. I was planning on going actually, but we are not traveling to those games, and I will be working from here. So I'm looking forward to it. Ty's got a big game at the barn coming up on Saturday night. By the way, the Blue Note Cup, dude, that's going on out there. So,
yeah,
it's a lot of good things happening. Man.
Yeah, Kate and I are going to go out there and see a bunch of people that we party with and met because I always make friends outside of hockey, man. And I'll tell you, parents and your kids, like You always like want to meet people outside. Don't make it like you're neglecting your teammates to do that. But I balance it perfectly where you meet people and you still are in tight with the team, but you just kind of talk to everybody. I talked to every motherfucker I saw when I went to a deli, when I went in the store, when I went in this mall, this, that, and the other. And you just meet people. You go to bars, you talk, not just to girls, but dudes. I'm like, what? I met so many cool guys.
I got to give Uncle Oogie's a shout out too in South Philly. They have like the best pizza and like sandwiches and everything in like South Philly.
It's in Philly, dude. We're talking.
Oogie's.
No, we talk
well, Jersey and South Philly are right next to each other. Are they not?
I mean, yeah, they're connected pretty good, no doubt.
Uncle Oogie's. They are the co-founders of Jack's NYB, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Jack's,
man. Yeah, they did a good job. You did a good job the other day. I posted something on my Insta story about Losey.
Oh, yes.
Prancing around with a fucking umbrella.
Yes, he was.
Prancing around.
Was he?
Prancing. Yeah, he was. So
oh, my
funny.
God.
You know I love Losey.
All right, and we love Craig Janney too, man. And listen, kind of like a Blues legend, he scored a huge goal, overtime goal, Game 4. He talked about it in the interview when Belfour went crazy. They were laughing about it back in the room.
We got Belfour on too, by the way.
Yes, we did.
We get everybody.
I got his whiskey
Jesus
at home.
Christ.
Yeah.
You need
Belfour
to stop taking
whiskey.
advantage of fucking people and not hooking. This is happening way too much.
Well, he sent it a long time ago. I asked him to send it.
I don't ask anybody for anything. Andy gets all the fucking shit.
Hair Club, baby.
Yeah.
800-279-7878. That is the phone number. Make sure you mention us. But better yet, just go to hairclub.com/Cam Strick and schedule your first appointment right there. It's that simple. You'll get $250 off, man. So you're going to save some money on us. We're going to help you save money. We're going to help you look better. We're going to help you feel better. We're going to help you be more confident in yourself, man.
Yeah, goddamn.
I don't want anyone out there not being confident.
Yeah.
In who they are.
Yeah.
I want everyone out there feeling good about themselves.
Yep.
I want everyone out there knowing that they can walk into a place and peacock.
They can peacock around with that flow. You just got to get it done. Get it done early. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, yeah. Man, Craig Janney, just think about it. He had great flow, too. Shanahan had great hair, all those guys. But he never got to play with Brett Hall very much, man. Brett Hall always got the shit like center. I don't know. He got OT.
Yeah, he got OT. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But they had him with like Ron Wilson or something. Like what?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, no wonder he was pissy all the time. You know?
And then the Keenan thing. Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Oh, my God. Janney, he literally quit on Mike Keenan. He went home.
A lot of people, man.
He went home.
A lot of people.
All right, so hairclub.com. Again, go there, and we got lots of stuff about Hair Club on our social media. Brody's putting stuff up every single day, supporting all the sponsors. You want to be a part of our team, by the way, reach out. Love to have you on with us. All right, CarShield, carshield.com, 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. I know it's embarrassing, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Get laid.
And, you go to you pick your mechanic. They hook you up with the rental car. You never know when something's going to go down. Your brakes, your alternator, starter, like Cam. Which
goddamn starter.
Is hurting the brand.
God, I hated that moment.
Yeah, well, when that happened, we had to have an internal review to see if you were going to be the right fit for our brand.
Christ. I'm waving everybody when I'm leaving. Embarrassing.
But CarShield, man, we love you guys and certainly appreciate everything we're doing with you and on the Cam Strick Podcast. By the way, I got a picture the other day. Pie Pizzeria, which is like a very popular pizza place here in St. Louis, Cam.
You just gave him a shout out. They better do something for something.
They make pizza for the president. Like Obama used to bring them out there, and they would like cook for Obama and like other presidents too.
Okay.
Very, very great pizza, and you walk in there right now.
Why are we talking about them?
Because there's a huge Cam Strick mango lemonade.
Really?
Yes.
I was wondering where you're going with this because when we were just talking about a pizza place that has nothing. What are they doing here? We got fucking businesses talking about.
I gotta find it for you.
Hook me up with.
Look at that. That's inside Pie.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
That's inside Pie Pizzeria.
Oh, that's cool, man.
How cool is that?
I love my Geopicardis. I gotta
give them a shout out, dude, right now. So you can get right now. They've got they're handing out free Cam Strick koozies with their mango lemonade.
I was wondering where you're going with that because
mango,
I don't fuck around with that shit.
I know you don't.
Yeah,
mango lemonade, but it's the Four Hands Brewing Company,
which
baby. Is they can't keep it on the shelves. I asked the guy at Total Wine the other day. I said, "How's it selling?" He's like, "Dude, it's been unbelievable."
Good, man.
So we love.
And same summer. Wait till summertime.
Wait till spring.
The women folk.
Oh my god.
Doggy.
Wait till the spring.
All Kate's friends are like, "Oh my god, your drink is so good." I'm like, "Good, good.
Yeah,
go buy it." Although they don't, because the husbands do. But that's all good. That's her friends. That's just her friends.
No, I know.
That's just her friends. I'm just saying.
I know exactly what you were saying.
You know how they piss me off sometimes? They fucking annoy me.
I know.
Cam, when you guys having I don't give a fuck. You got 15 kids. Settle down. Jesus Christ. You seem miserable. Anyway.
You're going to have a kid one day, by the way. I'm predicting that in 2022. All right.
I'm pathetic. I think I am pathetic, man.
Oh, my God. Don't say that.
I think I am, dude.
You had hair club. You're more confident than
I think I'm pathetic.
Use that confidence.
In my sperm
Car
count.
Shield, man. Use that promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. Again, 800-857-2481. Lucy.
Goosey.
Lucy Goosey, baby.
My boy.
What up, Will?
I'm doing a radio all goddamn day, and I'm just like, I need a fucking chew, and I put one of them lousy goosies in that cinnamon, and I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I get my little perky high.
Do you feel better? Like
goddamn
you feel
right,
like
dude.
You get a little extra, like
you just get the craving. You're like, nah, I'm good, man, because you're like, I need something in my lip. It's fucking bad. Yeah. And then I put one of them bad boys in, or I eat that gum. I don't like to chew the gum on the radio, but I do it on the way home.
Cam, we'll see if you notice this or not. If you may not. And I certainly did. But when I put the Lucy ad up there on my Instagram, I got more messages about it, honestly, because there's a lot of people out there that are chewing in the hockey world, especially smoking darts. And I think everybody who's doing it, Cam, you can tell me because you have adopted this sick habit. Probably,
which one?
Probably doesn't want to do it, right? They don't want to keep chewing forever.
It's expensive and it looks corny. And you know what? It's not just like if I see somebody smoking a dart, I'm like, I could beat your ass probably.
I don't know. You can't make that assumption.
No, I could always tell.
Because Ally Afraidy used to.
Well, I could always tell. If you're smoking a dart, A, it's not sexy. B, you stink like fuck. If you're chewing, it ain't sexy anymore. Like, it's not. Like, if you're like a regular dude and you're at the bar and you throw a fatty in next to some chick, she's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know. Well, what kind of fatty are you talking about? I mean...
And a chew fatty.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Will you smoke a fatty in front of her? Like, well, you're going to get kicked out of the bar. Well, not in the...
No, they don't even care anymore.
They don't give a fuck, dude.
Nobody cares.
No one gives a fuck.
Like, the guy
shouldn't.
At the bar is doing the same thing behind the bar.
Yeah, I don't want you... Look... If you're at a bar, like if I own a bar, I don't want you smoking a fatty, and go outside and do it, because it stinks the place up, and there might be a kid
I
in there.
Yeah, there could be. You never know. All right, so Lucy Goosey, Lucy.co, not .com, not .ca.
Yeah, co.
Lucy.co.
Colorado
all the
acronym.
different flavors. They've got the. We all know they've got the lozenges, and they've got the
pomegranate. I like the pomegranate flavor, and cinnamon.
Well, all of the flavors. Mango, those are my mango too.
Oh,
baby.
I got the mango. I'm saving that for a rainy day, baby.
Take that to Jersey with
Makes you horny too. I heard.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Well, you just said it. I do want to tell you this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an
no shit. I want nicotine.
Addictive chemical.
I just don't want that chew fiberglass on my fucking tongue.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, man, it's fiberglass, dude.
Good. Come on.
Well,
started out by switching to a new nicotine product that you can feel good about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what we want. Okay, Behlmann and Behlmann.com out there in Troy, Missouri, Buick GMC, Chrysler Dodge, Jeep Ram. It's that season, man. The sun's starting to come out a little bit. We're in March. St. Patty's Day is a couple weeks away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, this is the time. Like it's starting to, think about that
when you're
car
a player,
buying season,
Oh, God, yeah. Summertime's coming, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, get that Jeep.
What are you in high school?
Dude, they got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Brody would take that. Would you not?
No,
he would. Yes, he would.
I would take Ford Focus.
I know, and I would take it too. And I will look into that. Although I'm looking in that Denali. We all know that. Danny knows, Dale knows, and Kyle knows. Kyle, say hi to Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. How you doing?
All right, the better business. Go to Behlmann and go there today. Behlmann.com. I almost said Behlmann.ca. He probably has that too.
He's a cool cat, dude.
He's a cool way the other. We're gonna play golf with him this year. I am.
On what course? The one he's paying for?
Well, he's at Forest Hills.
Well, he'd come out to my place and do it right. I'll get his fucking ass in the Uber, and I'll bring him out, and I'll party with him all day, and I'll Uber his ass back. He doesn't have to worry about fuck.
So listen, we're gonna take advantage of all summer long. We're bringing people out all the time.
Andy, I'm bringing people out all the time. Where's your golf course at?
I belong.
Where's it at?
Wherever you belong,
exactly.
I belong. Okay,
so don't say we.
It is we.
Anytime I say I got a podcast, you're like, we have a podcast. Well, you're like, I'm going to take people out to golf on my course. That's me.
Well, Travis said I can come out at any time.
Travis saying, get on with yourself.
I'll give you a shout out, Travis.
Travis doesn't. Hey, I'll give. Travis
me some new Codigo.
My buddy Travis, Codigo with Jackson, all them, Holly. He don't invite players that don't know how to play unless it's me. And I don't know how to play that well. And you certainly fucking don't. So no good player is going to be like, Andy, come golf with me because you're going to slow my shit down.
Did you see Drew Doughty ask Clayton Keller at the face-off?
Yeah.
What's your handicap? That was kind of loosey-goosey.
Yeah, it's not the good kind.
Is that too? What would you say?
Were they up by 4?
What would you say if Doughty said that to you?
Depends on the score. Actually, I'd be like, let's go golf.
That's what Doughty said. Let's play.
Well, if he said that to me, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll go with you. But I'm still going to run you over next
People
year.
that say, like, who do you want to get on the... I want to get Doughty on.
God, yeah, 100%. I like Doughty, man. He's cool as shit. He did his thousandth game. He
was funny about it, too.
And he's like, fucking sorry, guys. I'm almost fucking done. Like,
he just knows.
He's just like, I know a game. I'm a fucking vet, dude.
I feel like he just got in the league. I remember, like, when he was drafted. Same draft year as Petro. And
I partied with him and Wayne Simmons in L.A. one time. We're all cruising down. I was with Blues or Devils, and we all meet at this cool little loungy.
You can remember that, but you can't remember the story about freaking Zdeno Chara, whatever.
Well, the reason why I remember is because that's where I think me and Jay McKee woke up on the beach together, which is very weird in a way. And we're like, I gotta get up. I go, where are we? There's sand everywhere, and the sun's coming up.
He's a junior coach, you know.
I'm just saying. Okay. We're by on the beach. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, God.
So you guys were with Wayne Simmons and Drew Doughty.
Yeah, they were cool as shit.
They're cool, man. Wayne Simmons and they were young. Cool as shit, too, man.
Yep.
I like that Wayne Simmons. All right, Better Business Bureau, BBB, 645-3300, 314-645-3300, BBB.org. You see that picture of Buchnevich I put up the other day, by the way?
Yeah, he's fucking
hilarious.
Yeah, and you just said, put your hands up, and you did it. You took a picture.
Yeah.
It ain't that cool.
He is so funny. It ain't that cool.
I like him, but it ain't that cool.
BBB operates a Get a Quote program for the BBB accredited businesses, which sends them emails from consumers when consumers are looking for an estimate on a project they're planning. They do everything. They just do everything, Cam. Consumers turn to the BBB every day looking for businesses they can trust. In 2021, they had like 15 million instances of service for consumers, something like that.
That's good.
I know. Just in 2021.
Well, why go anywhere without knowing?
We'll get those 2022 numbers for you.
Hey, you know what sucks is going to a hotel and it sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, that would.
You know what sucks? Going to a hotel, that sucks. That sucks. Don't do that.
Don't
Buying a
ever
car.
do that.
Going to a restaurant, setting up a game plan with your family coming in town.
Say hi to Natasha.
Hey, girl.
Say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Chris.
Everybody. Man, over 215 million consumer inquiries on the BBB business profiles. Man, I can go one statistic after another. This is the real deal, and they are here for us. Not just you, not just me, but us.
Damn
everybody. Right. 314-645-3300. You can go to bbb.org to get any information you need to know on any business, as well as charities as well. So you give money to charities, you want to make sure you're giving it to the right charity.
Yeah,
make sure don't turn good money into bad money, as we always
Well, I've done that before.
Yes.
I've done that before.
Yes. All right. This has been the Cam Strick Podcast, presented by Hair Club with Craig Janney. Great interview, great conversation. We appreciate all the support. Go to camandstrick.com. If you missed any previous episodes, dudes, we have some amazing, amazing interviews that we have up there. You can listen to any single one. If you're new to the podcast, welcome aboard. Can you say hi? Welcome to them.
Hi.
Welcome aboard.
We're trying to get good guests. Sorry about that.
If you've been around since the beginning, man, we love the support.
Got the best,
we certainly appreciate that. YouTube, the Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
iTunes,
Spotify, iTunes,
and all of our social media too, guys. Man, yes. We'll, I keep my DMs open too. Text me, whatever. If I'm wrong on something about Ukraine, if I'm just text me. I don't give a shit.
And we're thinking about everybody in Ukraine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't know everything, and we have to talk about it. So if we're wrong on things, don't look at it. We're staunch. I don't know enough about it, and at least we know that we don't know, but we still do our homework. Yes. At least I do.
But our thoughts, our thoughts are on everybody.
Yeah, of course.
With who's in danger or who has known people that lost lives. And
fucking Vladdy Klitschko's like, I'm finna fuck shit up.
Really? Yeah. The boxer. Yeah.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yeah, and he and his brother were
they're very important over there. Do you know that, right?
Yeah, and they were like, we're going to go fight on our own.
And
I saw that.
They look pretty tough. They're doing a good marketing
but
plan.
But it's like,
It's all marketing, dude. Or not marketing, but like promoting yes. the cause. Yeah. And they're like, look at us. And the president's like, look at me, family first. Well, they're doing what they. And listen, all
Ukrainian people are good people, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people are good people.
A lot of Russians are good people.
Damn right. Putin's fucked, but he's got a plan. And he's doing it.
What do you think his plan is?
We got to deal with it.
What's his plan? Do you have a
Soviet Union? Let's go back to Soviet Union.
Really?
And you think the Russian people are like, yeah, let's go back to the fucking Soviet Union day? Like, come on.
They'll be coming over here in no time.
Well, they already are.
And they're staying.
Who isn't coming over here, Andy?
I know.
And I hate when people bitch about our country and you're like, a lot of people are coming over here for some reason.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And why are they coming?
I don't know.
Because it's terrible.
Yeah.
Get on with yourself.
Craig Janney.
Just remember where you're at.
Great dude, man. We appreciate him coming on. Again, camandstrick.com. We got some new merchandise coming out very, very soon as well. Want to let people know, new merchandise in time for the spring and summer.
Good.
With our boy over there with Victor Hockey. I'll give Adam a shout out.
Yeah, they're great.
Creating some new stuff. And so hopefully we'll have more details on that coming up very, very soon with our boy Adam over there with Victor Hockey. Again, you need anything, you just reach out to us through our social media. And Cam and Strick.
Yep.
At Cam and Strick everywhere. Social media, Twitter and Instagram and all that type of stuff. All right, so for Cam Jansen, I'm Andy Strickland.
Love all y'all.
For Brody Campbell.
Love
for everybody
y'all.
Affiliated with the Cam and Strick podcast.
Jason MacArthur.
For Jason MacArthur out there in London, Ontario, baby.
Love all y'all.
Black River Digital.
What's up?
For everybody.
See you, dudes.
Until next time.